There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
I wanna give you a gift, forget Johnny. When she ran you, just knock you out with those big
Welcome to the Kinda Gaming Show live on Chaotic Radio.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, my name's Andrew. I'm here with my usual co-hosts, Miguel and Connor.
How you doing?
Just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know where Brandon is. And we have my buddy Cody here tonight.
The unusual.
All our buddy, but I brought him here. The unusual.
Unusual
Hi.
co-host.
Yeah, exactly. He can fill in for the night.
That's fine.
I would probably
good at filling in.
Yeah, you're like 99% as good looking as Brandon.
I'll take it.
But Brandon looks like a even more tattooed Adam Levine. So-
Okay. So hot.
No, yeah, he's like
Yeah, no joke. Brandon's actually a pretty good looking dude.
Good looking man.
no, right? Like he comes in a brown leather jacket. I'm like, wow, it's Booker DeWitt walking in here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, no, right?
Booker's got that hot, 19 Dickety 2 vibe.
19 Dickety 2.
Tickety too.
Yeah.
Is that an actual term?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to use the term Dickety because the Kaiser stole our word for 20.
It reminds me of work today. I was I was
How did that remind you of work?
because I was the lawyer across from me. He was like he eventually just used a term. He goes, "Yeah, there's a bunch of shit going on." And I just look at him. I'm like, "Is that the legal term?" And he starts laughing. He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. It's just an end-all sort of term. It's like a general. There's a bunch of shit going on.
There's
Yeah.
literally no way to professionally describe this.
I looked through the books.
Yeah.
There's not a phrase, so we're just gonna use that.
You know, obviously I
It's
can't.
in the Black's Law Dictionary, even.
Yeah, exactly. I can't talk about the
in the back.
specifics because, I don't want to get arrested. But
Right.
let's just say that there's a certain gigantic chain store involved
Sweet.
that has a good relation to Trump
Oh, sweet.
because he likes walls. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
Walgreens!
Yeah, Walgreens. Exactly.
Fucking hate Walgreens.
God,
isn't it?
Walgreens.
Oh man, Walgreens.
It's just the worst.
Ugh.
Terrible.
What is?
This whole bit.
Oh, do you mean the Walgreens thing? Because
The
it
whole-
is terrible.
The whole thing.
Walgreens
the entire,
is just
all-
horrible.
I get you all the way around.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's the subject of the conversation shit.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of lawyering, I fucking love Phoenix Wright.
What? Oh shit! He brought it around. Oh, full
To gaming,
circle.
To gaming.
Full
There it
circle.
is.
I did that last week too with the beards.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah,
I'm going to drink a whole bottle of whiskey on the show.
fantastic.
Look at
I
that.
can't wait for you to finish up my computer this evening after you drink a whole bottle of whiskey.
No, look.
I can see how small it is.
Oh, we're gonna keep building the PC today.
It's built. I just
It's-
haven't. I have to.
Oh, right. Something was faulty, right?
Yeah. So what happened was, this is actually a good little PSA for like if people, whoever was listening, watching. Modular power supply cables are not standardized. You would think they are because they fit, they look the same. Like when you're plugging into hard drives, like the SATA lines, or even the graphics cards ones, they look the same, and they are the same connector, but it's not standardized to which companies on how the order is that the wires go into the plug. So, for example, Corsair might, it's like a ribbon cable of six wires.
Right.
Corsair might, cut it in half and then fold it over like this. And then EVGA might cut it in half and then stack it. So then the wires are reversed.
Oh,
and you'll
right.
have like the 12 volt going into the 3 volt, and it's all jumbled up.
Yeah.
And what happened was I thought I had the cables because they looked different, but what it was is I was looking at the
So wait, it didn't come with.
it did,
properly?
but the thing is this was just a Corsair power supply that I had. He took because I had a 650
Oh,
watt, and it's
okay.
gold rated, whereas
Okay.
the one he could have got for the same price was like some shitty, like I couldn't even remember the name of the brand, and then it wasn't modular, and it wasn't even rated. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, you use my Corsair, it's an upgrade, and I thought it was the cables for it because the ones for my old Thermaltake, I thought the red ones were for the Thermaltake and the black ones were my Corsair ones.
Right.
but the red ones were literally just the graphics card cables for the thermal take. So what happened was we plugged it in and it boots up, and then we start smelling like this like burning smell. And at first I thought it was just, like sometimes you plug in new electronics, they have that little burning smell, but it goes away within seconds.
A little bit.
Yeah. This
yeah,
was like this. It was like
smells.
this is still here, and this is getting smellier. And in BIOS, everything was there except for the drives.
Yeah, the power supply like fried the two drives.
Yeah,
Shit.
it killed the hard drive and it killed the disk drive. Luckily, we were able to return them because it was within a day.
Oh, nice.
So we changed it. I got brand new ones. They're in there right now. And then he ordered the proper cable from
and
Corsair
I have
Direct.
that in my car.
There you
Cool.
go. And so yeah,
So as long as I don't get robbed in the next 2 hours, we're gonna finish the PC tonight.
hell yeah. Yeah, and I have the Windows 7.
Cody,
on
let's go.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I have Windows on a flash drive ready to go.
You know, and that's funny because I remember I was sending all of not that, but the PC in general, because I was sending all the parts, and Miguel, you were like fighting till the bitter end about the graphics card I got, and eventually you just said you're like, yeah, it's like 90% as good as the one that you originally recommended.
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, I think I was misinterpreted. I was not fighting to the bitter end.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Oh man, that's a crappy
It
graphics card."
sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't even
it's
have the X.
It's 2 steps behind the fucking 1050 Ti, plus being the base card.
Yeah, it doesn't even have an X. It's not a GTX card. It's a GT 1030.
Right, that too. Yeah,
And
but
yeah.
it's fucking.
He lost me at PSA. Like, I'm honest.
But yeah, it gets fucking like 90% the performance of the 1050 Ti in benchmarks.
Right.
I was insanely.
And it's tiny.
Fucking shocked.
This thing is fucking tiny. It's like the size of a Coke can.
You know,
Damn, really?
You know, Cody, the way that you're looking and feeling right now is how I felt when we were inside
store.
At the store.
At Micro Center.
So
yeah.
like I've always been used to being the quote unquote smart person in the electronics store, working at GameStop for 2 years, right? People would always
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to me, they'd be like, "Oh wait, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about," right? And then like I see in comparison, that's like the kids' meal as compared to going to a fucking 5-star steak restaurant when I'm at this place, because me and my buddy Ryan were there, and we're just like. I'm just like, Connor, get this. And then the only thing me and him got excited about, like, yeah, this keyboard and mouse. That was like the one thing we're like, yeah, this looks good. Everything else.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like talking to the dude about the architecture on the Ryzen chips and how like it's causing a cache latency because they took 2 dies.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so on Ryzen 5, get this, like
We're about to get real. Fucking,
you're gonna get real technical here. So Ryzen 5 is, I believe or Ryzen 3, sorry, it's a quad core.
right. You got him
But
a 5, right?
You got a 5. But the Ryzen 3 is a quad core and it's hyper threaded. But rather than use one quad core die with 4 cores on it, they took 2 4s and cut them in half.
What?
And what happens? Yeah, because they took the Ryzen 7 chips and then just cut them down.
Oh,
But they could have just
that's
they
fucking
could have just
dumb.
taken the whole chip, that chunk, because it's 2 chunks,
Right.
and they could have just taken one of them and been like, bam, there's their quad core. But the problem is because they cut it in half, it causes a slight cache latency because the information has to dip into those dead cores, but it doesn't do anything, so it just routes down and then routes back up. So that little bit of a dip causes an issue.
Did that save them money or something? Like, why the fuck would they do that?
I guess so, because in mass production, they just make a whole bunch of dies with 2 of them on there. And then it just, then they basically cancel out the bottom 2. It's really weird. And it's so surprising that they did it that way rather than just doing, 1 die.
Yeah, because that sounds unnecessary in the first place.
Yeah.
the
So
fuck?
it's like they cut it the wrong way. Just cut it in half. I meant down the middle, damn it.
So here's the idea I'm getting is that because I'm gonna go back to the kids menu
Right.
process. Is I imagine that you're ordering at Outback Steakhouse, and then you go to some restaurant that is like extremely expensive, and you ask for a steak, and they're like, "What brand of cow would you like?" And you have no idea where to start. That's the idea I'm getting here.
That's that happened to me basically because I don't know if it was RAM or something else, but I picked something up and eventually you're just like, this looks small. Oh, this is for a laptop.
Oh, yeah, he picked up SODIMM RAM instead of standard. And I was like, I don't think this will work. I think this is laptop RAM. I can't see, though, because it had, like, the ballistic packaging on it and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, you can't see the.
And then the guy was like, do you need any help? And I was like, this is SODIMM, isn't it? And he's like, yeah, that's laptop memory. And I was like, yeah, I need this, but, standard. And then it was around the corner is why I couldn't find it.
It was all certainly something.
Yeah.
It was a cool store to go into. Like I don't know. I felt lost. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I would feel.
You
overall.
never went to Micro Center with us, right, Cody?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I
no.
don't think so.
don't
You
think so.
you could remember. Oh, so crazy thing. If we're just gonna keep talking about computer stuff and gaming real quick, graphics cards are way fucking expensive and overpriced right now. A RX 570, which is supposed to be under $200. They're like when they came out, they were like $170. They're $510 right now.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers.
I actually looked it up because I was like, wait a second, that means my 1080 is probably worth more right now, and it is. They're worth like $700 to $800 right now,
Connor.
used.
Connor, don't do it.
No, like I was telling that to like Andrew and Angel. I was like, man, it's literally tempting because Volta is coming out in like a few months, and if you're just on it, you can get them, like when on launch day.
Yeah, straight from the manufacturer.
I was like, just get a fucking 1180, you know. It's so tempting. You know how I am.
I know.
I don't.
I sell
constantly
shit.
reselling his
I
shit.
did, yeah.
I sell
he's
it. I
always
resell and buy shit all the time.
Fucking, he's had like 3 PS4s or something.
You're not wrong with
Yeah.
that.
The first one and then the 2 from the most recent.
There was the first
Cool.
one, and then there was the gold one, and then there was the white one. But the
Yeah.
white one, we'll put the white an asterisk next to the white one. It was broken.
Yeah, but you've had
Mostly.
them.
Yeah.
It was
You made a trade for another PS4.
There have been 3 PS4s in my possession.
Yeah. How many Xbox Ones now?
We're on number 2
Just 2?
because I bought one initially, like at the start,
I haven't even had one
and then.
of either of those.
Well, see, here's the thing, Cody. Is like I had them, and then we started playing on PC. And I was like, man, PC gaming fucking rules.
yeah.
So then I sold both the PS4 and Xbox One to buy computer parts.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
originally happened.
you would do that.
And then you realize, oh, there's a lot of Microsoft and PlayStation exclusives that aren't on PC.
It wasn't so much exclusive. It's just that kicking back and like just turning it on and going really feels like there's a moment for that. And then couch multiplayer.
Console environment's pretty comfortable.
That
Yeah.
I was gonna do that today. I got home from work a little early. I have a GameFly membership.
Oh,
I
man.
just got sent near Automata. I put it in there, and it's like installing. Fantastic. I go to sit down and play it. This cannot be read. First time this ever happened on GameFly in the fucking.
Did it have a big old
years.
halo on it?
No, it looked completely perfect. I don't
you're,
understand. It would happen sometimes at GameStop. People would return games that they just they look fucking crisp. Like, and I would I would test it. and
Does the
it wouldn't
label
work.
look proper?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because people have been doing that with GameFly and Redbox. They'll take a blank disc and put a phony label on it.
Yeah, they'll print the label
No, I
out.
mean
and
it
return it.
installed. So
That's true, huh?
Weird.
It did install.
I mean it installed, and I got up to the like at the startup screen, like it was like Square Enix, Platinum.
That's whack.
And then it would go like booting up because it's all robots and stuff,
Yeah.
and then like it's like the perfect screen for it not to work because it's like literally booting up like sound 100%, blah 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 100%. Can't be read. All right.
What if that's part of the game?
It sends that message.
Well,
to the
I
PlayStation.
failed then because
Was it the PlayStation menu screen?
yeah it popped
okay.
up blue and it's all like this disc cannot be read. Please eject.
What if that's the whole game? If that's
Game of the year, no wonder. So now I sent it back, and I'm going to be enjoying Cars 3 Driven to Win.
Oh, you're not
very
even going to
soon.
try to get it.
Enjoying.
Yeah, I've heard. It's actually got good reviews. so.
Wait, you're talking about Pixar?
Yeah, the new Cars 3. It's. I've heard
What
it's
the
a.
motherfuck?
I've heard it's a good. Fucking. Oh goodness, I can't think.
Racing?
No kart. Yeah, but kart racer. Like kind of like Mario Kart or
okay.
CTR. It's not going to be fucking Forza, like Lightning McQueen. You're going to be like, all right, how well can I?
So if by the end, like I mean, like in like games like that, sometimes the cars will look pretty trashed. What happens in cars if they get fucked up? Like
They just
like
scream.
yeah, no, but I mean like they have like black eyes and they like have gouges out of the fenders and they got like weird bits showing. I mean, they're basically people. So that's my thought.
Yeah,
Cars are people too.
it makes you think what an exhaust pipe is for. Does it?
Oh my.
I mean, how do these like when in the Cars universe, do companies create these cars knowing that they're going to become sentient beings?
Or
do they
Do
procreate?
they mate and procreate? Yeah.
I mean,
and
he
give
was getting
birth
the
to
hots
car.
for that Porsche.
That's true, right?
So
Man, not Porsche though.
Like
it implied they had like desires among each other.
that's what I'm saying. Like in Cars
go.
4,
Did you see
I
the
haven't seen
bumper on
Cars.
it?
I have not seen Cars 3 yet. Like, are there like fucking RC cars that are a mixture of the two?
They're like babies too.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
There were little
What's
cars, weren't there? I'm pretty sure there was at the NASCAR event.
I have no idea.
I don't remember. I haven't seen Cars. I've never seen anything after the first one.
I saw the second one in theaters with my girlfriend.
What the fuck are you doing over there? He's trying to drink like an idiot and then he fucking spilled it all over himself.
You are the reason why they're gonna ban drinks in this room, Miguel.
No, don't worry. It only spilled on me.
Oh,
and in my
okay.
hand.
That's fine.
And maybe a little on his phone.
And his
only
beard.
his possessions.
No, none like on the table at all.
There you go.
Just down my beard.
Well, how about that?
That's what happens. My fucking mustache creates like a line for liquids to flow down.
Just wicks it right out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like irrigation for your face.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, it like loops right around my mouth and down my fucking beard. And now,
Perfect.
Now my beard is soaked in beer.
Perfect.
Beard.
Dear.
So Brandon said that he forgot today was Thursday. And
I almost did.
Perfect.
he said that the days have been going together and now he feels bad. But apparently
Drugs?
he's listening on YouTube, so we
blur.
need to stop talking shit.
You
was ever talking
Nah, I'm
shit?
just playing.
Me.
We
It's
said
Cody,
we
yeah.
said he was
Yeah.
a good-looking man. That
That's
was
all
it.
I know. That's all I said. is
That's
he's
the
a
only part he
good-looking
probably
man.
didn't hear.
Yeah, right.
Was the fact that we said he was a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Way to cover the tracks.
Deborah Yoakum says, "Lol, start the show already." It's kind of we've been talking. It's the kind of gaming show. We were talking about gaming on computers.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't. Do we really need to start the show?
It is started the show. We
Like,
we had the intro.
You know,
song.
like
the show started.
one of my favorite podcasts I listen to is Effectively Wild, which
We're
is
sure the show's going?
which is a baseball podcast with Ben Lindbergh, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
And
We're on
before
the show.
they get into like the big chunk, they'll banter about whatever for like 5 or 10 minutes. I just want this whole episode to be banter. nothing of substance.
Did
This
you-
is this
a
is the
bunch of shit.
Seinfeld of
Did you send
radio
Did you
shows.
send hate mail to the Miz? No.
I did not send hate mail to the Miz.
So the Miz, he became was it Intercontinental champion?
Yeah, Intercontinental
Became
Champion.
Intercontinental champion, and then he was going to be on a radio show, and then the guy's managers whatever said that he was busy, and then the Miz was like, "You're busy for me," and he fucking walks into the studio and just commandeers the place for about 30 minutes, and just
awesome.
makes the show about him. It was pretty great.
Yeah, he was talking the whole time like, "Why are you too busy for me?" And the host is like, "We were talking about Tide Pods."
And he's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Tide-
Duh. What else would you be talking about?
yeah, exactly. I can't. And anything other than Tide Pods?
I'm going to talk about Overwatch League some more.
Oh God!
I mean,
Hold
yeah,
on.
it's worth it. It's
Fuck you, Andrew.
Yeah.
It like the day's match just concluded. Fucking Houston Outlaws swept Florida Mayhem 4-0. No surprise there. Big fucking surprise in rounds 1 and 2. God damn. Both went to 5 rounds because they normally play to 4. But if it's tied at 4, they do
Right.
the tiebreaker. The goddamn Boston Uprising.
uprised.
Yeah, they rose the fuck up. The New York Excelsior. Wait, was it fucking Uprising?
Excelsior was the one that was undefeated.
New York and New York Excelsior and London Spitfire were both undefeated until today.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wow.
both of them losing to the Boston Uprising and the Philadelphia Fusion.
So that-
Fusion beat the XL.
So that makes the Dynasty the only
Undefeated
right
now. Yeah, they have a match tomorrow, I think. And that could possibly change.
Who are they up against?
I don't remember. They lost a map against the. Well, they were playing their B team. I'm not going to pretend that they lost a
that's true.
legit map. They were playing their B team against the Shanghai Dragons, considered the worst in the league.
Oh,
But the Dragons almost took 2 separate maps from them. They did get one. The one that was almost the Dynasty took in the overtime. Anyway, fucking yeah. So there's only one undefeated team left in the league now, and the 3 that were undefeated today were all Korean rosters. So this is like fucking huge.
yeah.
Aside
I mean, I love this
That's
this
always the
conversation. No, not. I mean that too.
But it's the weekend of the Super Bowl. and
No,
we're
not
talking
even
about
that.
this.
It's like it's the fact that
Is that this
like
weekend?
this is is it
don't
is
give
the
a
fact
shit.
that they were undefeated and no longer undefeated blowing your mind?
Yes, especially to the teams that they
well
lost
because
to.
it was
Okay.
because they lost and it's also that it was they were the only there was we've been looking at because the Seoul Dynasty like is the definitive like best team right
Sure.
now.
Absolutely.
And then this was second and third, and they both were undefeated, and both of them just lost today.
taken out by like 9th and 10th place.
Yeah, they
It's-
lost to the Raiders almost.
The thing is
That's about
like,
accurate.
as someone who watches sports,
Yeah.
like the Patriots football went 13-3.
Yeah.
Good teams are going to lose. The Astros,
No,
who won
yeah,
the World
yeah.
Series last year, lost 50 games.
It's just crazy.
60 games.
It's just who they lost to.
There's that many.
No, there's always upsets.
Give me a second. I'm going to be at the restroom.
Yeah, but this was 2 upsets for the second and third place in the league on the same day, and both in like extremely close matches. Like, because it wasn't like, oh, these motherfuckers came out of nowhere, they were being underestimated. It was like you get 5 chances to like switch your roster out. So it's like the 2 teams had extra guys to throw in should they were like, okay, our B team's not going to be able to handle these guys.
Just-
They're better than we thought.
Just sounds like sports to me.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. That's what the Overwatch League is.
No, I know that. I just mean like the fact, like maybe it's because they both happen at the same time. But whenever upsets happen in like baseball, like it doesn't affect me unless it's the playoffs. Like if it's the playoffs, then obviously better teams are supposed to be there anyway. And when teams get in that aren't really that good, then that thing. But it's going to happen. Like the 3 teams that are the best are probably going to make it into the Overwatch League finals
Yeah, probably.
or the cup or whatever they're calling it.
But it's like, yeah, the teams they lost against, nobody fucking expected this. People were calling this 0-4 watch this week, meaning fucking every team was going to get swept 0-4 because the 3 top dogs were going to destroy them.
So are one of them like the Cleveland Browns of the Overwatch League?
No, that's the Shanghai Dragons. That's definitely the Shanghai Dragons. They did not pull off a crazy upset.
Cleveland Browns went 0-16.
Holy fuck.
They didn't win a single game all season.
That's depressing.
Hold on, did they win? Oh man, but they were like
They won preseason?
They were the Cactus League champions. They won all of their games in the preseason.
Cactus League? What the fuck?
Oh, it's a baseball term.
does that
Before the regular season, it's spring training, and spring training takes place in Arizona. So it's a bunch of cactuses. So for every year, all of the Angels fans have been calling my
Cacti?
team the Cactus League champions because we're always good then and suck the rest of the year.
Your team?
Yeah, the Angels, my team, I own them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like a multi-billionaire.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah. Why are you on a radio show?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here?
I mean,
Why do you
billionaires
work?
can-
Yeah, why are you working at? Why were you even working at GameStop at all?
why does Elon Musk work at this point?
Because
I
he's
don't-
developing shit. You're just this.
He
is a
doesn't
radio
have to.
show.
Why does Mark Zuckerberg work at this point? There are
I
so
don't know
many.
if Mark Zuckerberg does work.
He's always posting updates on things. I'm assuming he's still involved, whether or not he's like doing it on a daily basis. But it's like asking, why do any of these people work? They do it because they want to, I guess.
But you could be doing literally anything else.
Sure.
You could be managing the team right now.
Yeah,
What the over? Oh, you mean the Angels?
or
Yeah.
in your multi-billion
You
dollar
could,
home.
you could have an Overwatch League team. It's only $3
If you
million
wanted
to
to.
buy in
Perfect. Let me
for a
get
game.
for a team.
No, and
found a team.
for a video game, like
Yeah. What?
that's I don't know. That just blows my mind that it's like $3 million. That much money for. It just always blows my mind hearing about a gaming community being worth that much money. I don't know. It's just always a mind blower for me.
I don't know.
No, yeah, it's like
Seems about right. Something I did want to talk about
it's
tonight.
a lot cheaper than a fucking any professional sports team.
You're not wrong, but you get what I'm saying. It's just like
Kinda.
I don't know. It's just like because I don't really pay attention to like competitive gaming and stuff like
Right.
that. So it's not something that I'm aware of really. And then when I hear about it, I'm just like,
But you're aware there's like multi-million-dollar tournaments, right?
Yeah,
I
but
mean, sort of like I'm aware that they're tournaments.
I understand both of you in a sense, like because Total Biscuit, the YouTuber, he owns a StarCraft team, a professional StarCraft
Oh, I
team.
didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, and like his only income is YouTube, and I know he makes good money on YouTube, but there's like Overwatch League seems really expensive as compared to how one YouTuber is funding 5 people in StarCraft.
PewDiePie could do it easily. PewDiePie could have a fucking Overwatch League team
Probably,
Yeah.
if he so chose.
probably, yeah.
You'd probably make it racist.
The most ridiculous possible
Oh no.
Overwatch League.
What fucking Andrew said.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not wrong.
I feel like he's wrong.
do you feel like PewDiePie is racist?
Probably.
I mean, I've seen only a few of his videos because like I just get frustrated.
I swear, it's like every other week, or at least lately, like anytime I see PewDiePie in the news, it's nothing positive. It's him saying that
Just
you know,
apologies.
another racial slur or apologizing for the fucking millionth time.
Oh God.
You know, like not to get too into politics, but Jesus, how many YouTubers can mess up that many times and still
Like you just have to be a decent person, and then you'll never have to worry about it. Instead of being like, you know, a douche.
like no, but yeah, I agree. Unless that's like what your channel was started on. Like
Yeah.
if you're Rice Gum and you're just a garbage human being all the time.
That makes sense. But if you're like most of the time like PewDiePie screaming like, you know, a
Like
child.
50% of the time, I like to cater to children. The other 50% of the time, I like to hit women.
Yeah.
That's PewDiePie.
I couldn't even drink at that point.
Oh, hey, Connor's back. Speaking of hitting women,
Yeah.
I'm just
I return.
God.
What happened?
Thank God he didn't just hear that. Oh God.
No, what happened?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
oh
I
man,
guess so.
that's funny.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Heard something about PewDiePie
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about PewDiePie.
And also talking about hitting women.
hitting. Oh jeez.
Not hitting on, hitting.
Yeah, I hear that. That's sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
Connor.
one thing I actually did want to talk about is the Oscars. They released their list of like all the nominees and nominations and stuff like that. The one thing I got upset about, because I truly feel like it was the best movie I saw last year, was the fact that The Disaster Artist only got one Oscar nod.
Excuse me?
What was it nominated for?
Best Adapted Screenplay.
Huh. That's surprising because what was it? Isn't there like some connection between winning the Golden Globe for Best Picture?
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time, when you win a Golden Globe, which James Franco won Best Actor, or you know whatever in the Golden Globes, usually that has a correlation. But no, it's not even nominated for anything other than, oh yeah, this was a book and you turned it into a movie. Good job.
It was a movie that was turned into a movie.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
This was a
Technically.
book about a movie that was turned into a movie.
Yeah.
the movie was so good, like legitimately.
I still haven't seen it. I really want
Disaster
to.
Artist?
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
It's about Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
In the room, yeah.
yeah, it's legitimately good.
It's a movie.
We're not lying at this point.
No,
We're-
it's literally nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah,
like
because,
it's
I mean,
actually
I've watched-
legitimately won.
It won a golden, not The Room, but The Disaster Artist. It's about the making of The Room.
Yeah, but
Cody's just like the source material is so bad.
it is. Because, like, if we're being honest, like, if it's a movie about making The Room, I can only assume watching The Room itself was already a struggle.
Right.
I can only imagine watching a movie about the making of a movie that was watching it was a struggle would be like a double struggle.
It's not a documentary. It's
No.
it's a reenactment. James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau.
It's kind of like did you Tommy?
no sense.
Did you ever see like The Social Network?
No, actually, no.
Okay,
I was just saying, it's actually a lot like that.
I was gonna say that, or the Founder. Have you seen The Founder?
Documentary about McDonald's.
That's such a good movie too.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on Netflix.
I
think
watch a lot of those.
That is like a niche I found that I really like. I'm like, oh,
mean Nietzsche?
I want to, yeah, exactly. Nietzsche.
We're talking about psychology here.
God. But yeah, that upset me. That it was only, and the only other one that like really bothered me is like they have Oscars for best animated shorts, and In a Heartbeat was not nominated. Which
I'm not aware of
heard of
that.
What was
In a Heartbeat was an animation that was made by two people. Here, I'll play it. It's
Fucking
literally
Boss
short.
Baby is
I
nominated.
might.
All right, so here
I
I'm gonna
haven't seen that.
I'm gonna
but
pull
I
it up
assume it's
real
pretty
quick.
as awful as I assume. it was.
Someone
Same.
I
buy
assume-
time.
Okay.
Boss Baby looks like fucking dog shit. Who would ever see that?
I watched like previews for Boss Baby. Boss Baby is what we're talking about right now. But I
didn't
watched no because it was kind of a quiet conversation for a second.
Oh, right.
Hold on, it's playing.
Oh,
Boss
we got it.
Baby though
We're
is
doing a
I saw
preview. I was
previews.
saying we're doing a preview on the thing on radio again, Andrew.
Oh, that's fair.
You can't, like, you always do this. You're like, look at this, and it's like the people at home can't see it.
Yeah,
I mean, you have OBS right
Heartbeat.
there. Pull it up.
I could do that.
Yeah, but not
Go-
everybody's watching on YouTube. YouTube, not that.
Just go ahead and tell us about it.
All right, fine. In a Heartbeat is basically a story where it's two young boys and his heart is like running rampant and it falls into another young boy, and
Okay.
they end up finding like that they like each other, and it's very heartwarming. And
Oh, the little animated gay boys. I remember.
yeah, the little animated gay boys.
What a way to explain it all. Is sum it up. There.
I wasn't sure if it was actually about like gay youth boys. I'm trying to fucking come up with a word.
Boys.
Yeah,
Just boys. Yeah,
that
I
was a
guess,
good
but
way to.
that just
Youth was a good way
sounds-
to explain it.
Because it's been perverted.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's basically just about acceptance and the fact that like in this day and age, it's more accepted. Even though they get bullied in this, those two people still find each other. But it's
How
super
old are they
good.
supposed to be?
I think either like
12.
no, I wouldn't say that. I would say like 13, 14 maybe.
Oh, okay, because the first one looked really young to be exploring his sexuality.
I don't think it's anything about sexuality. I think
No,
it's-
sexuality is just your attraction, not
Oh, okay.
not sexual activity.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's really good, and I was surprised that wasn't nominated. But if we're gonna go through them real quick, Best Picture, I haven't actually seen any of these. Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I haven't seen any of those either. There are about 6 of them that I want to see, and I think it's Regal Cinemas is doing a Best Picture festival where over like a whole weekend they're showing them in different orders, and you pay $35
good?
and you can get like you can go see
Or-
any of them
Or you could just use Movie Pass.
and have seen them at the time. They're not in theaters anymore. Well, most of them.
No, you just go to the Regal that's there, and when they show it, you on the app, you say, "Oh, movie time not shown." Click, and you slide it.
You think I don't know if they would let that go or not because like it's an event they're doing. These are not normal showings. They're having like a festival, quote unquote,
I see.
and it's like yeah, like there's in the first weekend. No, I think it's actually like 2 fucking weekends leading up to the Oscars, and so like in the first weekend they show all of them for over Friday through Sunday, and then just like rearrange the order. I guess for people who want to see certain ones
Yeah.
at certain times, or if you've seen certain like half of them. This day has the other half that you haven't seen. Luckily, go see the.
Hopefully it lines up.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I would really like to do that. Go see, I guess, all of them since I want to see most of them anyway.
Yeah, I really want to see The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water looks really good. 3 billboards was one when I saw the trailers. I was like, oh, I have to fucking see
I
that.
had no idea what. I remember I was going to the movies, and me and Cass, we were just deciding. I had no idea what it was, and I was like, "Hey, we could go see 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri." Like that's
That sounds like
that's
a road
not a
trip.
good name.
That sounds like a road trip.
It does.
It's like you're actually going to go on a trip somewhere.
Yeah. The other one that I like under the same adapted screenplay, Logan got on Oscar nod, which superhero movies almost never get Oscar
Well,
nods.
Get Out is technically a horror film, and horror films are never.
I
am
consider it more of a thriller more than a horror film.
I haven't seen it, but my friend who's like super into horror says he's like people are calling it a thriller, and he's like, but it's definitely a horror film.
I don't know about that. I've seen it. I
what I've
actually
seen, too.
watched it, and to me, I guess it's sort of on the verge of a horror film, but to me, it's still more of a thriller because it's supposed to. It just sort of keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time, but you're not like really expecting like a horror film. I don't know.
Did you guys see that at the Golden Globes, Get Out was nominated under comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's legit because if you pick it apart, it's quite funny in a way. Because I enjoyed it. I thought Get Out was like a good, pretty decent movie. It was weird, but it was good. But I was just like, if there wasn't like already a lot of people who were afraid of white people in the South, now there is. Like now there's definitely even more people afraid of white people in the South. Like now all of a sudden it's just gonna be like, oh man, you know, this girl's really nice. Like she's really awesome. Oh shit.
oh shit!
Do I have to meet her parent? Where do your parents? Are your parents rich? Oh man. Oh, here we go. This is
Oh,
Get
here it
Out all
goes.
over again. Here it comes.
Fucking Keenan and Kel theme song.
But it was a good movie, but it just like to me, it doesn't strike me as like a horror movie though, rather than like more of just a suspense sort of movie, just like a thriller. I guess I could kind of see where some people would consider it a horror movie, but
Have you seen Insidious? No, not Insidious. Fucking Sinister?
no, I
No,
have not.
damn.
I have not. The only other one, like, I heard fucking Lady Bird
Lady Bird
is
looks pretty good.
it's the highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dope. Oh yeah, 99%.
99% fresh.
Yuck.
That's insane. Like, that's crazy.
For like 2 weeks, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F
Oh,
was rated 100%.
wow.
For like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wait.
It was.
Was it just
Audience?
you voting over and over again?
Critic score.
Oh, wow.
So you were the critic, right?
Yeah.
It was just you. It was
No,
you voted
it
it.
was legitimately. There was like 20, I think, or something. Let me see how many are on there right now. I remember there being like, I was like, wow, it's still 5.
If, I went and saw Jumanji again last week.
the
The new one.
I haven't-
I went for a second showing.
How was it?
It was just as good the second time.
I haven't seen it at all. So
It's really funny. Me and my girlfriend saw it, and then me and my best friend, we were going to go. I'm like, do you want to go see Jumanji? Because I wanted to see it again in theaters.
And he was like, no, so I went alone.
Yeah, no, exactly.
they were like, yeah, I already just saw that. No, it's not happening. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go anyways.
It's so good.
So Resurrection F currently stands at 81%.
Uh-huh.
And it's 16 reviews counted. I think it had when it was at 100%, I think it was at like 13 reviews, and I was like, what the fuck? So like 2 dudes were like, no.
Wouldn't it be 3?
3, 2,
Nah.
2 well, I mean, like out of those, like to bring it from 100 to 81.
What time is your show tomorrow, Andrew?
Probably do.
My show tomorrow, doors open at 7:30. We're gonna be playing around 7:50, and our set officially going to start around 8.
I want to elaborate on that.
Sure. So Miguel and I are in a band
Shameless self bump.
called the Losers Parade. What
I think he's going to the bathroom. Yeah, I think he put his hand to his stomach.
is he feeling okay?
Oh yeah, he ate some really hot wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. So
Got them flaming shits.
yeah,
What the fuck is that?
his butthole might
it's a
be on
show.
fire.
Oh, it's a great show. But anyway,
Waterfalls.
so we are in a band called the Losers Parade, and we are going to be
I
opening
like
up.
that name.
Thank you. It was. I don't know how did we come up with that?
I don't know. We were just throwing things out there, and
I originally wanted to call the band Cassandra's Detriment because I want and exclusively
What?
play songs that my girlfriend don't like.
don't let
Doesn't-
My girlfriend don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we first started, the only song that we really played was "Feel Good Inc." And she does not like that song. So I'm like, oh, so I'll name the band Cassandra's Detriment. But Miguel said that sounded too emo.
That it sounds. Yeah, I can see that. It sounds
So-
a little.
And then I was
Oh,
like,
emo.
all right, I want loser in the title. So I was like, losers lullabies. And Miguel's like, no, because that means it sounds like like we're calling our fan base losers.
you remember this really well.
I do, because this means a lot to me.
No, I mean this conversation specifically about the name.
Oh,
It's an
well,
important
I
conversation.
forgot all those details.
It's a good thing Andrew's here then, because you're a useless.
Yeah. Useless.
You're a
I
useless.
am. I'm exactly.
My mama
one.
done taught me how to spoke.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, carry on with your story, Andrew.
No, anyway, we ended up just deciding on Losers Parade, or the Losers Parade. I also like it because if you shorten it, it's LP, which is like music.
Limited play.
I just think
What else?
when I think of LPs, I think of like records.
Yeah, a vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl. Anyway, so we're playing our first show tomorrow live at Amigos Cantina and Grill in Chino, which I went there
Chino
today.
Hills.
Chino Hills. I went there today, and good restaurant.
Yeah.
I had a breakfast burrito with chorizo. It's good.
That was not bad pronunciation.
It's one of the few things. One of the things I missed most about California while I was on the East Coast.
Mexican food.
Yeah. Like real Mexican food, because like obviously if you're in oh my god, it's not Mexican food. If you're lucky enough to go to a place, like if you find a hole in the wall sort of like restaurant that's named a very obvious sort of Mexican name, and you look in and you happen to see that all the workers are of Hispanic descent. Odds are it's going to be pretty good Mexican food. Like it's
Right.
going to be for the East Coast decent, because they don't actually sell a
An
lot
import-
of like the important Mexican styled like foods
An important
in
detail there
supermarkets.
was you can see them.
Yes, that's also an important detail.
Yeah.
So you can look in and see all the workers.
They're right there. If you can see those motherfuckers, they're
You
gonna
can see
whip
them
you up
cooking.
something.
Yeah, they go whip you up some good food. There was like one specific burrito place that was really great, but it was definitely not like Mexican style. It was just sort of like a burrito. But
It was burritos, not burritos.
exactly, exactly. That was one thing that I missed about the West Coast, though. It was just Mexican food in general. Oh my god!
I feel you.
I always bragged about the
right.
Mexican food on our side of the U.S. Constantly bragged about it. They've never had Mexican food until they've been like in Texas or California, or just straight up like in Mexico. But
Yeah.
like if you're not looking to go to Mexico, Texas and California are the Mexican food
Would-
meccas.
What about New Mexico?
Surprisingly,
New Mexico sucks. I've driven through. I've
Just in
stayed.
general?
I stayed there for like 2 nights before. Drove around there a little bit. It sucked. It was just like it was like every now and again you'd see a pretty rock.
I could be wrong about the location. It's either in New Mexico or in the other location that he lives in. But my uncle owns a castle,
what?
and it's
fucking
either
cool.
there
Castle.
or back in Europe somewhere, and I don't remember which. If I no,
I can only assume it's in Europe because I don't
Yeah.
think a castle has ever been even conceived in New Mexico. I don't
You
think
know
it's
what?
a
You know,
thing.
you're right because I've actually never mind. My mom told me stories. She would stay. He owns like a big ranch there, and it
That would make sense.
Right, it's
That
right
makes
up
more
against the Mexican border at some points, and you'll see people running. Apparently, that's what I've been told.
That's no, that
I've been told like my uncle had to go and they were trying to smuggle things through his property because he doesn't have fences or whatever. It's just open, and apparently he told them not to because he's a crazy person. It's just what I've been told, dude.
sounds like some bullshit.
I mean, you could bring it up with him.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I can. He lives in New Mexico. I can. He'll come on the show
Just
next week.
ring him up and just say, hey.
I mean, if he owns a castle, so I'm pretty sure he can afford to come out to
Pretty
California.
sure he can afford a 1-day ticket.
Oh, is this bottle?
Earlier I saw you with your bottle trying to wipe it off.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I love it. I love this episode. It's just the Seinfeld episode of the Kind of Gaming Show. We're not going to talk. I don't want to talk about gaming.
I mean,
at
I
all.
planned on getting like blasted while I was.
On the radio.
Yeah, I asked Connor if I could get drunk while I was on the radio show, and he said, "Yeah."
Yeah,
So
shit's
that's why I
encouraged.
have two. I don't know, whatever ounces these are. Which, by the way, this beer is. It's pretty shocking with of the taste of it. It's just a stout, but it stings when you drink it.
Yeah,
you can try it.
It's got a
You
sting,
probably
and then
won't
it's got
like it.
that like it has that stout flavor that I usually don't like. That like pavement wood flavor in it too.
Yeah, but I like that flavor sometimes.
I like that.
The only
Really?
yeah, that's
That's
that kind of tastes
surprising
like
me.
coffee.
Yeah, no, it's definitely has a hazelnut and coffee beans in it.
Oh,
So
There you go.
hazelnut coffee, stout brewed with hazelnut coffee. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I was gonna say I should have just looked on the page when we were talking about Resurrection F earlier. It actually does say 13 fresh, 3 rotten. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Do you not use Rotten Tomatoes very often?
No.
I can't tell if you're getting buzzed or you're not digging that.
both.
Both?
Jinx.
C.
It's not my favorite stout, but I can definitely stomach it. It's fine.
Just keep on trucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna truck through it, and then I'll drink some more of those shitty beers.
You know what?
Well,
I will
a
make
shitty beer.
I'll make the announcement right now that in the second half we will actually play Jeopardy this week.
Legit.
Yeah, because Cody won't be okay, Brandon. If you're still listening, Cody won't be a butt nose and look at the answers and
Oh, we're
not
not
want to
just-
play along.
We're
That
not just
no
gonna have Connor
promises.
moderate?
I'm usually
that?
a butt.
We're not
nose.
just gonna have Connor moderate.
I mean, we could.
He wants me to play.
Yeah, I want Connor to play. That's the thing.
Fine. So switch places. You go.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
Change places.
Yeah, you're gonna host the second half,
places.
other than me doing Jeopardy.
So you can
We,
keep
we
the
might be
stream.
safer with Miguel at this point because I don't know how many more shits I'm gonna have to take.
What is with your bowels?
Waterfalls.
Fucking insane wings, I guess.
I told you it's waterfalls. Waterfalls from those wings.
It could be that. I mean, it wasn't okay. So like, preempt. It wasn't bad. It definitely like it just might have been weird to my stomach.
Was it
'cause-
chunky waterfalls?
No. The fucking glass of milk. I didn't finish
Old
it.
milk.
It wasn't old, but I'm saying I didn't finish it. We went to the store, like to Buffalo Wild Wings, and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, this milk I left out, and I drank it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, that wouldn't have.
But it's only been I mean, it was a bit before we went to the store, but
Nah, still.
yeah, it was definitely warm room temperature. It just tasted. It tasted good, actually.
Yeah, and then you tried to force feed it down my throat.
Yes, it did.
You
I
tried
was
to
like-
act as if I was a cat and you were trying to give me medicine.
yeah, I'm like, and I like put my hand in. I was like, drink it. What? Yeah.
Oh, but to go back to like we were saying before, yeah,
Jeopardy.
we have a no. Well, even before that, while you were on the shitter, yes, we have a show tomorrow at Amigos Cantina and Grill. When I was at work today, I mentioned because the court reporter, they talk and they're like, oh, hey, how are you? But she was she's like, oh, what are you doing later this week? And she was in. I'm like, oh, well, I have a show at Amigos Cantina and Grill here in Chino Hills, and she goes, what? I'm like, yeah, and she goes, it's like right there. I drove past it.
Oh, cool.
She goes, I'm like, oh wow, I'm gonna stop there. And she goes, how much are your tickets for your show? And like $5 a piece. And she bought 4 tickets. So she's bringing her husband, her daughter, and someone else to go see us play.
Nice.
That
well,
is
She's
so
going to be
cool.
sorely disappointed.
well, then she'll have a comedy show to watch afterwards. So.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
But I mean, that's awesome. That's
pretty cool.
just genuinely really cool that they straight up bought some of your tickets.
Yeah,
from
she
you.
was just like, well, I have to go now.
Andrew's being super cool with selling the tickets too, because Beto, the guy that's organizing, was telling you could sell them for 15, right, and pocket the.
Yeah, I could
extra?
sell. He was saying I can sell them for 15, and I can keep 10 of it.
So he's just doing the
I'm
cover
just
price.
selling it
Oh.
for 5. Like I don't need the extra money, so
Right.
I'm just like, if like my homie Cody right here wants to go, and what am I gonna do? Just take $10 from you?
Yeah, it's straight up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could have charged the court reporter more, but also she has no idea what the band is, and $5 is a lot easier to have someone pay for something they don't know
Especially
than
because she bought
15.
4 of them. She was just like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
straight
She's
up,
like,
yeah.
I would like 4 tickets, $60, please.
I mean, that doesn't sound like too much for someone like that's. It's. I am
Yeah.
under the impression she could dish out $60. Like, yeah, cool.
But still,
that's
like
fair.
that's
I
but
don't
for
know.
for a
everyone
band
else-
you don't know.
Yeah. For example, yeah, like Connor, if he was trying to bring 2 other people plus Brenda, would not be like, yeah, $60 for sure, guys.
Are you kidding?
I'm cheap to the point. Like maybe if it was like even if I made money.
Like even even the $15. Like if Connor wanted to go and 2 other people, he would be like,
I'm still kind of.
yeah, like
If you fucking, I still have those 2 free ones.
there we go. You and I would say you
If
and
that's
Brenda,
what's
but
keeping,
Brenda
if that's
doesn't
what's
want to go
keeping you from
places.
going,
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not just that. I actually have to go to Riverside Courthouse tomorrow for a parking ticket.
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
not going to be
But
until
when?
7:30 at night.
Yeah, it's. They say to get there at 2.
so if you're
Courthouse closes at
We
5,
could go.
bro.
You and
I was gonna say because you wanted me to come down tomorrow night, anyways.
yeah,
All right, done.
and we'll just hop in with Miguel.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
we'll be there.
All right.
Maybe.
Well,
'Cause
Miguel
I
has
gotta
to
take Adam and equipment.
Okay, so it might be your car.
That means I can't drink.
All right. But anyway, I was told there's going to be probably about anywhere from 100 to 150 people there. So
We can drink our faces
That's
off
gonna
when we
be-
get back, though.
it's going to
That's
be
true.
a decent. That's a pretty good first show.
Yeah. I'll see if I can borrow my mom's fucking
Van?
SUV crossover.
Oh, you got rid of
thing.
the van, huh?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
vans are
just
the best.
forgot.
Yeah. Brand's pretty
Traveling in vans, do van life,
Right, I want to do that, man.
right? It's the best.
Yeah, there's an MLB player. He plays for the Mets, and he just lives in a van.
That-
Like he
that's
makes
like
all
dream.
of this money, millions of dollars, and he just lives in a van and he drives to all of the games
Yeah.
that he can.
Yeah, it's a choice. Yeah.
That sounds that's because he has so much more money for other crap.
He doesn't spend any of it.
Exactly. You have so much, but
He just doesn't care.
Exactly. That's how I want to live my life. And why do this is the thing of why no one understands why I move around so much and why I do all these things. I'm just like, it's because I get the chance to do something that you can't.
Yeah.
Is not care about a single damn thing. I can
pretty
just literally, if I don't like a job, there's probably about 3 more months that I have to be in that job, and then I'm gone. And then I can go somewhere else.
See, it's like I totally agree with you in a sense, but like even if I don't like my job, I'm pretty sure everyone I know would call me an idiot for leaving my job.
Nah.
Well, I mean, my job doesn't, I don't just leave it. It just ends. And
Oh,
that
that's
starts
fair.
back up again in a couple months.
People are always suing each other, man. My job's never going to end.
It's true.
Like this earth is going to go to hell and it's going to be a nuclear wasteland and there's still going to be people suing each other.
Yeah.
Andrew, there's a situation where I wouldn't call you an idiot for it. If somehow we got on that fucking tour you were talking about and made like $1,000 a week.
Oh yeah, well it's like there was another court reporter I met the other day, and her husband works in Hollywood, and he is a boom operator, which are just the big mics that people hold. Right, and she gave me his number, and they were like, yeah, give him a call, you know, and if he hires you, you'll start out at $600 a day.
What? Jesus
damn.
Christ.
And at that point, and she was like, yeah, and you'll work a baby about 10 days a month.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so that's just
$6
$6,000, which is double what I'm making now.
Yeah, like,
But then, you know what's really unfortunate?
What?
Remember my old phone that broke?
Yeah.
Number was on there. Didn't transfer. Oh, shit. I have no idea how to contact him
Wait,
or her.
how broke is the
Completely, dude. Completely. It's literally, when you turn it on, it looks like channel 3.
You still have it?
Oh yeah, you can pull from that.
It's in the Garbaggio at home. I could pull it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pull it
keep-
out.
save
keep,
that
pull it
file.
out just in case.
I can pull the stuff from it.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Verizon couldn't pull any of the information from my old phone that I needed, but I don't really. You know,
They don't know how to
Verizon-
do shit in the
no.
Verizon store.
Actually, yeah,
But the thing
Verizon
was-
told me that once, and I was able to do it.
Well, hold on. The thing was, is with my old phone, it was one of those the slider phones, the little like keyboard phones.
Yeah.
And if you pressed any button, it shut off and restarted.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, since it was a keyboard phone, to do anything with it, you had to press a button. But
Well, no, if you can get it
plug it into a
on, if you
computer.
plug it into a computer,
you could get it on.
then yeah, if you plug it into a computer, you can pull whatever the fuck you want out of it.
Yeah.
See, they told me I couldn't do that.
Well, because
so.
they're shitty. They
They're
don't know how,
dinguses.
they don't know
Alright.
how to do that shit. They're not
That's
tech
fair.
savvy.
I should have asked
Oh,
people,
So-
other people. So,
So I'll pull it. Yeah, she was telling me like, oh yeah, you know, I only work
Cass.
for fun, and my she was saying her husband who like owns that business is making like fucking $1,600-$1,500 a day.
Wow. And what is this business?
What?
What's this business?
He's a boom operator
Oh wow.
for like commercials.
Nice.
Like he just they were saying he worked for the NBA last year or
cool.
like last month, not last year, and they flew him out to Vegas and he worked for like 3 days and made a stupid amount of money.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've considered stripping.
So,
Yeah.
For those on the radio, I got this little thing of Jack Daniel's single barrel select. I hate Jack Daniel's normally, and I was like, I wonder if this is
disgusting.
actually good. So far, it smells like Jack, but then there's like a caramel smell to it too. So I'm gonna go and give it a
That's
try.
not so bad. Yeah. 'Cause
Whole thing.
Normal
Do
Jack.
it.
No,
Whole thing.
not right.
Ah.
He's gonna savor it. If it's even decent. Does it taste like Jack but less shitty?
I would drink this. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It definitely tastes a lot like Jack.
The
but,
face you were making did not look
Yeah,
happy.
right.
So I was
well,
like,
at
oh.
first, because it was like there was that taste of Jack, but then it like worked its way in.
It's seasoned in your mouth.
Kind of
That's
like,
how I like to do it.
kind of like the honey one.
Yeah, no, this honey Jack though tastes like you like melted Werther's Originals or something into
Honey Jack is
Daniels.
hard to
That's what I'm saying, though,
hard
it's
to
like-
stomach.
Honey
You
Badger.
taste Jack, and then you're like,
Honey
oh,
Badger
what the
don't give a fuck.
The reason why I didn't want to drink it all either is because Cody wanted to try some, and
Yeah,
also I would like to. sip
I'm gonna
on
come
it.
back there.
He's gonna come back here.
Not right now. We're like 3 minutes away from break.
He can
Okay,
come back here
alright.
and take a sip before break.
Yeah, but he
either
might as
way,
well
I'm
do
gonna
it
come-
while we're on break.
No, I'm gonna come back either way.
Oh, okay. You can get his opinion too. I was thinking, oh, whatever. Fine.
You can do it in the second half.
But yeah, I would
don't
definitely
know
drink
me.
this. Actually, it's not bad.
Cool.
I don't know if I would choose it over some of the other. Actually, it's got a good sweet, just like a sugary afternote. It's pretty good.
I gotta ask: at what point in drinking does alcohol's taste no longer matter?
That depends
Do you
on.
just want more alcohol?
That depends on what you're drinking. If you're there's a difference between beer drunk and liquor drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a big difference.
I always drink for taste for the most part. Like like even on parties, I'm like I'm not gonna get fucking drunk. You know, it's like I'm just like yeah, I want to make good drinks and I drink them.
I feel you.
I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. I like vodka a lot because it's like
it doesn't
this
have
is
a
the
taste.
least flavor I can get fucked up with.
I have I was just telling Cody about that. Like
Just fucking drink rubbing alcohol.
Everclear.
I mean,
I've had
is
Everclear.
amazing. I love that shit.
I had Everclear with it was called
rough.
like a lemon something, and it was just like lemonade or lemon juice and Everclear. And I drank it, and I'm just like, it didn't burn in my mouth, but I felt it slowly
all
going down.
the way down.
Oh
the
my
warmth, just
God.
like oh.
So we got
Anyway,
about 15 seconds.
maybe less
All
alcohol.
right, guys,
talk.
we'll catch you in the second half with some Jeopardy. Which is the only gaming thing we're gonna do today.
Sort of lost track of everything
All right.
else.
All right, see ya.
Let's look at the fun. Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop? Could you stop? I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to. This is most disturbing. Let's look at the fun. Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. I'm trying to get to sleep. Playing with that. This is most disturbing.
Connor, oh, we're only live on YouTube right now. Connor's not back yet, so do you know how to work that side? Do you know how to host and just do that or no? 30 seconds all quiet.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
I'm Grizzly Guns Gamer, and you're listening to the Kinda Gaming Show.
What's up, everybody? This is the Kinda Gaming Show, and Andrew's over there. I'm over here now. This is Connor. Yeah.
The true host.
Teleportation.
I always fucking forget that the people. Yeah, it's like because we're on YouTube all the time, and we always chat with people on YouTube. But it's like, no, we're actually on the
Radio.
app. Yeah, the app where people don't hear us. So
We don't
See us.
yeah.
You know,
No, both of those things.
Census.
So, all right, Andrew has he wants us to play some Jeopardy. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that. I think.
Yes.
I'm
one
gonna
more
go
thing where I get
ahead
to sound
and
dumb.
I'm gonna. Do you see the phone over there? The phone app.
Phone
On the
app
computer.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
You're gonna queue it all up on that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
So that is.
Let me turn it on. There it is. 8-bit tracks publishers.
Giving us the categories. You can just read them out, Andrew.
Oh yeah. So 8-bit tracks, publishers, iconic Nintendo games, brawlers, and who needs controllers.
Okay. Who needs controllers? That's an interesting one.
All right.
So you have to answer in the form of a question too. That whole thing, like what
God.
It's Jeopardy, man.
I'm too buzzed for that.
Play Jeopardy. Anyway.
Jeopardy.
All right. So
Jeopardy.
this is gonna go like this. Connor, your team 1. Miguel, your team 2. And Cody, your team 3. If you know the answer,
Say our
go
number.
ahead. Actually,
Ding.
yeah. Say your number,
All right.
and whichever number I hear first will.
So I'm
get it.
1.
Yeah, exactly. But Connor, you can go ahead and select first.
Can I be Team 6?
Sure. Your team 6. I'm 1. Your team 83.
Jesus
Come on, man.
All right.
I'll do Team 3.
I'll take iconic Nintendo game. Wait, what are the values?
100 to 500.
Just like Jeopardy.
Okay. Iconic Nintendo games for 500.
All right.
Hard.
This game was one of the first to feature a prominent non-sexualized female protagonist who fights against space pirates and alien
That's so
creatures.
fucking easy.
What is Metroid?
Correct.
God damn
Ding.
it.
Yeah, I knew that. I actually knew
iconic
that one.
Nintendo games for 400.
You're allowed to ding also. He doesn't just get
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
he does. That's
so-
how Jeopardy works.
I mean, he gets to answer the question or pick
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
question,
right. I
but
do get
everyone
it.
gets to ding.
See, I didn't know that. I thought he got to answer it first. So,
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker.
I don't remember.
see, me
Alright.
and Miguel both were unclear.
That's
on
fine.
that.
I
That's
could've
okay.
sworn-
That's okay. That's okay.
Do we have to wait till you finish the thing? I think that's actually a Jeopardy.
That is. So.
Okay, so you have to finish. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So don't
You
say,
said
don't
for
say
four,
ding, though.
You
Say
said for
one.
400?
For 400.
Okay, this game, developed by Rare, revolutionized the first-person shooter genre for consoles and was based on a movie of the same name.
1.
Fuck. I think we were both early.
1.
No. If
I'll
they
say
do
it.
that, it goes to the last person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so-
So
Oh, I don't think Cody knows it.
Cody?
Is there an option to repeat the question?
Sure. This game is developed by Rare, revolutionized the first-person shooter genre for consoles, and was based on a movie of the same name.
God
One.
damn it.
If he,
Is that a thing?
Is he timed out and I can do it now?
Yeah.
Do
pass.
we?
Okay.
Two.
What is GoldenEye?
Yep.
Motherfucker.
All right.
These are so fucking easy.
Iconic Nintendo games 300.
This game popularized the Konami code, which gave the player 30 lives in this platformer, where the player fights a vile Red Falcon terrorist group.
1. Which is Super Contra.
Incorrect.
Two?
Yep.
What is Contra?
Correct.
That's fake.
No.
That's actually false.
No.
Because the first Contra only did 8 lives.
No, Contra Code gave you 30.
Super C was on the original NES though.
Yeah, but
and
Contra came out first.
I know they didn't do the 30
Only,
lives though.
only you,
Yeah,
Connor.
yeah.
Fact
Only
check.
you.
Yeah, it did.
All right, you got it. So you get to answer. I mean, you get to ask a question.
I'm gonna stay away from the fucking Nintendo ones.
Yeah. I
Maybe
don't
maybe
know
there will be
those.
something I know that you don't.
There's only 200 and 100 left on Nintendo, anyways.
Yep. Connor's at 900 then.
Connor's at 600 because when you when you miss a question, you go minus.
Yeah.
So he
Oh,
just
cool.
lost 300.
Right.
Nice. Okay.
Balls.
Fuck, I'm not gonna know.
Oh, that's right. Cody's at negative 300. Thank you.
I passed.
No, you
You didn't get GoldenEye correct.
You timed out.
If you miss one,
Yeah, Jeopardy's a bitch like
Timed out
that.
as a miss. Yeah.
I said pass.
that's he did. He
it
did.
still counts.
How
as
is that a
loss.
thing? That's bullshit.
Well, no,
Oh, that's true.
Excusez-moi.
That's true. You actually did force it on him.
we
fair.
volunteered him to answer.
Okay, fine. You're still at
yeah,
zero.
just give him a
then.
0.
All right,
Anyway, can I get
Fuck
publish-
all of you.
Can I get publishers for 500?
sure.
I'm not gonna get this.
The Tomb Raider 2013 reboot was developed and published. Oh God, this is like the way they worded this is not English. Who made the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot?
Wait, made? Fuck that. is
Made
it-
and published.
made and published. Wait,
Yeah,
Was it the same?
it was. I know that for facts. I've played it.
It was the same as the original. You're saying?
No, it's
No,
not
the
the same.
developer and the
That's what-
publisher were the same.
Yeah. In other words, it was just it's a big enough company that they were able to both publish and develop it.
I'm just taking a shot. Now I'm not going to take a shot because it's 500.
Yeah, right.
I guess that's a dud one.
What is Square Enix?
I knew it was Square Enix. I was going to say, but I didn't want to take the. I know the original one was Crystal Dynamics. Ah, shit.
I had no idea.
I was about to
Alright.
say what is Square Enix, but I was like, I don't want to risk that 500.
Cody, what do you want, man?
Fucking, I don't know. I don't know any of this. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be the loser here. Just because I'm interested in it. Who needs controllers for?
I want to just go 100 on that one.
Yeah, 100. I guess. Yeah, screw it, because I'm not gonna know any of these things.
All right. A light gun was used for shooting birds and clay in this game.
3.
I heard 2 first.
Fuck yeah. What is Duck Hunt?
Correct.
I actually knew that one. You motherfucker.
All right, Miguel.
Let's take publishers for 400 this time.
All right. They are known for publishing all Star Wars games, including X-Wing, Knights of the Old Republic, and Battlefront.
1,
Yeah.
which is LucasArts.
Yep.
Bastard.
Publishers for 300.
They developed and published GTA 5.
1, which is Rockstar.
Oh, that was the end of the question?
I thought it was gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it?
That was it. Okay, that was.
I'm assuming that one
Question.
one because it's just Grand Theft Auto.
That's
They're just
obvious. Like that. Honestly,
I don't
yeah,
think
that
they
was
need
obvious.
to give any more
No,
hints.
that's
All right.
But to be fair, some of these I don't know who wrote this, but I don't think English
was their thing.
is their thing. So I'm
English second language.
some of them I'm having to paraphrase and make it a little shorter. So that's full admission from me.
Let's do Brawlers for 500.
Alrighty. This fast-paced fighting game was well known for their female fighters who were featured in scantily clad and clad in a beach volleyball sequel.
1,
Yeah,
which is Dead or Alive.
correct.
Hello.
Fucking all right. So right now,
Are you
just for
saying which?
everybody, it's still a question.
No, I was
guess.
just asking if he was saying that.
He is saying which.
Well, because it's not you could say what, but then we were saying developers. You don't just say what on a developer. I guess say which developer.
Who is?
publishers.
I guess that's true.
Not developers.
So right now the point totals are 1,800 for Connor, 400 for Miguel, 0 for Cody.
Oh yeah.
All right, Connor.
8-bit tracks for 500.
He's fucking fast at this.
Oh Jesus. Okay. So the way this one's worded, I guess I'm gonna have to. It's like one of the tracks goes like this, and then it just shows the answer. So I guess I'm just gonna.
Do you want to just play it?
Did they?
Oh,
did they
yeah.
have what should?
Yeah.
That's an advantage of
Of radio?
of
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah, so you don't have to scat it all over the place.
All right.
Andrew, I want you to scat it. I would rather. you
And
do
so,
that.
Oh, wait, how are we gonna know?
So we could just cue in at any time. Like if we hear the first note and we know it, we can just pop in.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay. God damn it.
That really screws us.
1, 2. Green Hill Zone, Sonic.
Incorrect.
Oh, shit, it's not Green Hill Zone. Huh?
Well,
it is.
it's You didn't get it
Keep
wrong for
playing
that
it.
reason.
Is it because he didn't say? Oh,
Sonic
two.
the Hedgehog.
Two.
Like you,
What is Green Zone? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Correct.
that's it. I didn't say what is. Shit.
Yep. That almost evened you guys up. Connor's now at 1,300 and Miguel's at 900. Miguel, what do you want?
Fucking not 8-bit tracks again. Why are you so fast at this?
He just knows too many things about video games.
He's played a lot of Counter Strike.
I'll take publishers for 300. I believe we still have.
You have 200 and 100 left for
200,
publishers.
Okay. Let's take 200.
Okay. Some of the popular titles they've released include Battlefield, FIFA, Madden, and Titanfall.
One,
Connor.
which is EA.
Correct.
It was Electronic Arts on the thing.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Con Man.
Let's go 8-bit tracks 400.
All right.
Got
Give me
really
just a
lucky with
second.
Sonic. That was a 500.
Yeah, that one. This person seems to be like a Nintendo fanboy, so they're like, no one will know Sega.
No one will know this.
Yeah, exactly.
advantage.
All right, give me a second to pull up the track.
See if I can pull up "Welcome to Los Santos." Like, just hear the.
All right, here we go.
One.
Yeah,
What is Punch Out?
I never knew the intro to
That was
that.
Punch Out.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
It's
What?
What? That wasn't Punch Out? I totally thought that was Punch Out.
that is Punch Out.
Yeah, but
I said
you know
what
there
is.
are, Connor, there are two versions of Punch Out.
Mike, they're the same game. They literally are. They just lost the copyright for it.
Fine.
That fucking
It
counts.
says what is Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and then there's Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream. They're
Yeah.
the same game, but everyone calls it Punch Out, and the other one's Super Punch Out.
Sure. All right.
And then
what
there's
next,
Punch Out
Connor?
for
I was gonna say if it was Super Punch Out and he got it wrong,
Yeah.
then I would be like, okay,
I'm
Connor
pretty
got it wrong.
sure you would have got that wrong.
Can you give
on
him
actual
like just
Jeopardy.
like 100 points instead?
I cannot. All right, Connor.
All right. Let's do iconic Nintendo games for 200 is left.
God.
Yeah. All right. This game features capturing creatures inside of balls and using them to battle other trainers.
2, 1.
3.
Miguel.
What is Pokemon?
Correct. Good job, Miguel.
I was waiting for the sentence to end, and I was like,
I was listening so hard. I should say.
Yeah, I was.
I'm gonna beat him on some of these.
I
All
haven't
right,
beaten anybody.
Miguel.
Oh, oh god, Brawlers 400. Is that what we have left?
Yeah. This game was a crossover featuring characters from both the X-Men universe as well as those from Street Fighter and Resident Evil.
3.
I heard 2 first, I think.
Do we
Rochambeau.
wanna, I was gonna say, do we want to fucking tiebreak it? Are we doing? Okay.
All right.
What is Marvel vs. Capcom?
Correct.
For future, can we do best out of 3 on Rock Paper Scissors?
It takes too long.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't. It takes fucking seconds.
One round.
All right.
It could be 3 rounds. All right. Who needs controllers? 400?
2 through 500 are left on that.
Let's do 500.
Okay. In order to play this game, you had to perform activities on a balance board.
1. What
Connor.
is Wii Fit?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, this is definitely made by a Nintendo fanboy,
It definitely
which is like
is.
right up your alley.
Yeah, right. Who needs
Seriously.
controllers for 400?
All right. This device was made for Xbox and had voice and hand gesture recognition.
3.
Cody.
What is Connects?
Correct.
There you go.
Hey, Cody's on the board and not in the
Yeah.
negatives. All right,
Sweet.
Cody, which one do you want, man?
I think we only have 100 left for iconic Nintendo games.
We do, yeah.
What do we have left for Who Needs Controllers?
200 and 300.
We do 300 for Who Needs Controllers.
This game features prominent rock songs from the 70s to present and was nearly scratched from development for the concept of being quote-unquote too weird.
1,
Connor.
which is Guitar Hero.
Yep.
I was between 2 of them. I was trying to decide.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that's fucking.
I was trying to
It,
decide.
Rock Band or
it could
Guitar
have
Hero.
been Rock Band.
Well, Rock Band came
That's
after.
what I was trying to decide between, though.
So,
Oh,
because
that's
when he
right. It
said
wouldn't
too
have been-
weird,
yeah, it wouldn't be weird if it was after.
Didn't think
Yeah.
of that.
That's fair. All right.
I didn't even think about
let's
that.
do, let's do Who Needs Controllers for 200.
Okay. This game is played with your feet and requires players to stomp in rhythm with the music.
1,
Connor.
what is Dance Dance Revolution?
Correct.
What if it was like, what is fucking
Tony Hawk's Ride. What the fuck? I'm surprised Tony Hawk's Ride wasn't on controllers because that was a really whack controller.
Yeah, think it was weird.
Let's do 8-bit tracks for, is it 300?
Yep. All right.
And it didn't mention anything like the Duke or Wavebird. Like, it was all fucking.
All right, guys, you ready? I wonder, can you get it off that one
Yes.
beep?
Yeah, what is. Well, I'm not going to, because that's.
Off the one beep, really?
Yeah.
I felt from it, but go ahead.
Okay. 2.
Miguel.
What is Tetris? I actually knew
Damn
it.
it.
I didn't want to,
Correct.
in case. But yeah.
I felt that it was, but then I wasn't like exactly sure because I thought it could have been.
We should-
pole,
we should
it
have,
could
like-
have been pole position.
We should have convened.
yeah.
I was going to say, it could be some old shit I don't know, but
Yeah.
that is the first note of Tetris.
That's fair. All right, Miguel.
What's left?
8-bit tracks for 100 and 200, publishers for 1, iconic Nintendo games for 1, and brawlers from 1 through 3.
This is surprisingly easy, so let's go Brawlers 3.
Okay, this game features a mashup of famous Nintendo characters, including Mario, Pikachu, Star Fox, and Donkey Kong.
1.
3.
I heard Connor first.
Which is Super Smash Brothers.
Correct. Damn it. Can Man.
Brawlers for 200.
No one loves you.
The Hadouken and
Oh, boy.
Yoga Fire are signature moves that can be performed in
3.
this game.
3.
2.
All right, Cody.
What?
What is Street Fighter?
They went early.
Yeah, but then he...
Redid it.
Is this
Oh,
a
that's-
technicality on that?
Yeah, they should.
No. Oh, no, on what he just said. It's wrong, isn't it?
No, it says it's actually Street Fighter.
Because.
But no, Miguel brings up a good point.
Huh?
You guys did not wait until the question ended, which
Well,
means-
he actually ended up saying it first when the question.
No, but you both went early. You're supposed to be out.
All
for that
right, so I
question.
guess Miguel then.
And you
gets
know
the
I fucking know what
points.
is Street Fighter.
I know.
You know, the reason why I was saying there's a
I
technicality
have
there.
no points. Why are you arguing with
Because
this?
Connor has more than me.
I know, but what? I was the one who was answering.
Mostly it was about Connor. I didn't care if you got it. I would have been okay.
But
with
I
it.
was the one who answered.
I'm trying to get points.
I understand that. But you have
You said I don't care about that, and then you took it from him, though.
But if you hadn't rung early,
Oh my god.
literally
Then it
no
wouldn't
one. No one loves you.
Wait. What's the score right now?
Connor at 3,600, Miguel at 1,600,
Oh, fuck it,
Cody
never
at
mind.
4.
Yeah, there's only like 300 points
yeah,
left.
I can't catch up anymore. Never mind.
You could have let me have like
no,
some more
The
dignity.
reason why I was gonna say there's a technicality there is because Street Fighter 2 is the one that introduced the like special moves,
Oh, yeah,
whereas
that's
Street
fair.
Fighter, the original Street Fighter, they,
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I was like, is there a technicality there?
All right, so just out of curiosity, we may play another one, but that's only... Hey, Cody, are you familiar... Are you an Overwatch player?
Not at all.
whatsoever.
Okay.
None. I
'Cause,
didn't
like,
even know who Widowmaker was until I learned
Like,
that
I
today.
actually really want to pull up an Overwatch Jeopardy and actually have those two
if you
fight
want to see
over
me
it.
struggle,
Oh,
He would win.
I would destroy.
more than likely.
Yeah?
I think
Absolutely.
So.
I actually feel like doing that now. Like,
'Cause he's-
and then I gotta find a game that, like, Cody knows more about than you two somehow.
it's probably not possible.
You know more about Metro Last Light.
I
Metro
do know
Last
more
Light
about
Jeopardy.
like survival games in general. Like,
I've never
Well,
played
you and I
Metro.
have played a shit ton of Fallout together.
Anyway,
Yeah,
there-
like
so-
but,
there's still 4 left on
Let's just
5.
do them in order.
All
Fuck
right,
it.
so 8-bit tracks for 200. Oh, goodness. All right.
It's like that. Is that the song? There's like truck passing
Yeah,
by.
right?
Oh, man.
Really good
This is
8-bit.
so hard.
2-1.
I actually heard Miguel first.
I fucking was just trying to beat Connor, so I didn't. I tried
okay,
to
well, then
like not
it's
say
Connor
it.
next.
So,
It's a Legend of Zelda. What is the Legend of Zelda?
I get it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah.
But they go ahead and play the rest of it though, because I love that song. It's not even the 8-bit version. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's the Ballad of the Goddess version.
How? Why is that an 8-bit? That's
He
not-
he just pulled it up on YouTube.
I know, but
It's because the
because
original. It would have
is
been. It
originally
would have been
8-bit.
dun 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 dun. Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that.
All right. What's the next one?
Oh, sorry. I'm having. This is an apple back here.
Yes, it is.
All right, so fucking there we go. 8-bit for 100, and I can almost. Oh yeah. Oh my God, this is
It's gonna be. It's what is Super Mario Brothers?
correct.
I figured.
Perfect.
Didn't even get to hear it. We're good.
Publishers. Some of,
What? He actually got that just because?
Yeah, because
You could have given me a chance
This
to
one-
earn more dignity.
here you can have this one.
All right, This
have
one's
publishers.
specifically for you. Publishers for 100, Cody.
God.
Some of the products they publish include World of Warcraft, Skylanders,
No.
and Call of Duty.
No.
What?
I don't know this. I hate.
Call of
I don't
Duty?
play any. No, I don't.
You
play
don't know
those games.
who publishes Call of Duty?
I don't play those games at all.
Oh
It's
man,
Activision.
two-
Yeah, it says Activision Blizzard.
Yep. No, I wouldn't have got that.
Oh man,
I know Activision, but I didn't know any. They
did,
published any of those
Okay,
games.
you know what?
They did Tony
I'm
Hawk
done with
as
that
well,
one.
right?
All right. So we're going to do a quick special one real quick, and then
Tony
we can
Hawk's
move on
never
and just
saw.
start talking about
Oh,
whatever.
published by, yeah.
Yeah.
We can move on and start talking about other shit after this, but this is specifically Overwatch, so I'm not going to have you in this one, Cody, because I don't want you to...
I have no idea. Like they're just way more specific. They're,
so
they're better at
confident.
specifics, anyways.
I'm so confident in this. I will not go until Connor tells me he doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
Damn, that's confident.
I just get
Straight
it just happens
up.
to be
You just
all of
just
it.
know like
straight
really
up.
deep lore.
Right. And watch it not even be deep lore. It's like, who is the monkey? And it's like, he's
That's
an
true.
alien.
Maybe I take that back. These have been really easy so
It
far.
could be really stupid easy.
All right, so literally the questions or categories are
Offense,
offense,
defense,
defense, tank, support, and random facts. So it's probably
Oh.
just character.
Oh god, yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
Can you include me to see how many negative points I get?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
If you want.
Absolutely. Give me just a second to reload it. 3 teams. All right, let's do this. So, Cody, since you got the least
Yeah.
points last time, you can choose first.
Before we go,
Offense.
He's still team 3, right?
I
Yeah.
won.
Yeah, you won.
Yeah.
You also.
Good for you.
You are also a penis.
Yep. It's actually
I'll
signed.
do random facts for 500.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, this is like the ones I'm gonna have an advantage on.
Okay. So this is very specific.
Uh-huh.
It says
Sweet.
Who says this? Bep, boop, bop, boop, bop, bep, bep, bop.
2.
3.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody, go for it.
Me.
Correct. Actually, wrong. I'm sorry. The correct answer is who is me?
Right. Sorry. Totally forgot.
All right, Connor.
Which is Bastion? Who is Bastion?
It says it incorrect.
Oh,
What?
it's weird.
Oh, 2.
Yeah,
Who is Lucio?
correct.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's a fucking what's it
I
called?
mean, Lucio's my other name, so it's fine.
All right, Miguel, what do you want?
Let's go random facts again. What was the last one? Was 100?
500.
Wasn't
five?
Beep on there?
Yeah, I said beep.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh.
He goes, "Hey Bastion," beep, boop, 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 and he fucking makes a bunch of sounds.
Oh, and he fucking says it too, Bastion.
yeah,
Bastion is a robot who can only make beeps and boop sounds.
Okay.
Lucio
funny.
is just a Brazilian DJ.
I knew
Yeah.
that.
So he just was like, "Hey, Bastion."
All right. You want a
Totally.
random fact for 400, Miguel?
Yeah,
All right. Who are all of the scientists in Overwatch that we know of?
3.
what the fuck? That's so
Oh,
technical.
3-0. Go ahead.
Einstein, Joanna Burkhart, Connor Amaya.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, what is
look-
all of those things?
Let's go ahead and see if Miguel will get that. Like, I feel like I know them,
That's
but
so specific, though.
we should just walk. Yeah, 'cause what is Winston, Angela Ziegler, aka Mercy, Moira? But that might not be in there because she's newer.
Right.
And
She's not in here, so I'll say that this is made before that.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like, so we got Winston, we've got Angela,
Yeah.
we've got fucking got other scientists. We've got Anna. Technically, she makes her fucking biotic shit.
She didn't make it.
She didn't make it because
No.
they mentioned that she wanted to do something that was more.
It's Mercy's technology. She's using it in a way
Oh,
Mercy
okay.
doesn't agree with, too.
That's all right.
All right. So is that your official answer,
Other
Connor?
scientists.
Are you
know
guys?
it's
You
not.
guys can't team together.
Well, because we actually kind of said that. I was
I'm
like, we could-
gonna say I'm passing on this because I don't want to lose points because it's specific on somebody.
Oh, I was just discussing it with them. I thought we were actually like trying to figure it out and not just get the answers told.
Yeah. Well, you're forgetting 2 that I can think of right now.
I will let you know that on this list, there's only 3.
There's only 3. What
Mercy
the
and
fuck?
Winston are on there,
There's so many.
right?
Mercy may not even be on there. She's
Mercy-
probably considered a doctor.
If Mercy's not on there, then it's
I mean, was this
Do you want me?
list
Do you want me to
made?
tell
Yeah,
you?
just go ahead.
Wow.
Fucking, there's Symmetra, there's
All right, so it
Torbjorn,
says
there's May.
it says what is May, Winston, and Mercy.
What about Symmetra? She's a fucking scientist.
I have no idea.
She's an
who that is.
architect.
What about Torbjorn?
Or an
Oh, okay,
engineer.
okay, and he's an engineer. Oh, that's fucking
Right,
dumb.
they're engineers.
What about
engineers,
Einstein?
scientists.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
All right, so what do you want now
fucking. Let's just keep doing the random facts
for 300?
Yeah,
But they did forget 2 major scientists.
Who is the youngest Overwatch agent?
3.
Yes, Cody.
Miguel.
Incorrect.
What is Miguel?
Oh shit! I just realized. Is she even? Oh man,
I got that one right. That's fine.
this one's probably a technicality too.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's a lot of
cryo
those.
freezing and bullshit, and like aging and all that stuff that happens.
Right?
And-
No, but
How the fuck old is Zenyatta?
and it's like there are members that are probably not technically members of Overwatch.
That's true.
Like fucking, if I were gonna answer, I'd say 2. Diva, Hana Song.
You're correct. So
Okay,
How
I
old
wasn't
is
sure.
Lucio?
Lucio is in his 20s. Diva's only 19.
Oh, okay, that's what I was getting confused.
Duh.
you guys are thinking way too hard about this.
No, dude,
No, it,
like,
it actually is like
that last one they left
Exactly.
out scientists.
Yeah, they left out scientists in the question.
All right. I don't know if this is spelled like the way it is because they're just messed up. I did random facts for 200. How are part of the Amari family?
3.
What? How?
Oh, who?
2?
are part
Yeah,
of the
who are a part of the Amari
Ooh,
family?
Okay. Yeah,
3.
go for it.
Me. What is me?
Who is?
What is me?
What is Miguel and what is Andrew?
Correct.
One.
All right.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
I'm winning.
Yeah, Connor.
Who is Anna and Farah?
Correct.
Oh man, I was waiting for him to be like wrong. You're like, Fariha.
Technically,
Yeah, right.
technically it says for and Anna. So you
Oh,
had it backwards. All right.
I did it in alphabetical.
Random facts for 100. Who are the Shimada brothers?
3.
Yes, Cody.
Just the irritation in his voice.
Although the difficulty
Shimada 1 and
did seem
Shimada
properly
2.
ramped.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, sweet.
Super Shimada
One.
Bros.
Yeah, Connor.
Who is Hanzo? And everyone's favorite man. I gotta take a drink real quick.
Oh, yeah, just rub
Genji.
Yep. All right. So now we have offense, defense, tank, and support left.
Oh boy, fucking go ahead, Gunny.
Really did the shit out of the random facts
Offense
there.
500.
Offense for 500.
Yeah, I want to see what this
That's
is
my
shit is.
specialty.
This is actually seems like more of like a fact about the specific person.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
What is the name of the Reaper?
3.
2.
Yes, Miguel.
let him do it.
Yeah, Cody.
The Scout.
Incorrect.
2.
Yeah, Miguel.
Who is Gabriel Reyes?
Was that okay? This will actually maybe give you a guesstimate on when this was made. Was the Reaper's name ever unknown?
No, what the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah, let's just throw this out the window now.
Yeah.
They forgot scientists, and no, it's
Anna
Gabriel
exists.
Reyes.
Anna
Yeah, Anna
exists, but
exists,
Gabriel,
yeah.
they've known Gabriel Reyes' name since.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
He
you know
even
what?
says Reyes.
Yeah, but you know what? In lore, does anybody know who he is? No, fucking Mercy does for sure.
Yeah, Mercy did
She's
it.
like, Gabriel, what happened to you?
Yeah.
What was that voice?
She's fucking Swiss.
It's a great accent.
Fucking yeah, and Soldier like mentions shit to him. They like when Anna and him were.
All right, so this isn't going well, so I'm just gonna,
let's go to a new one.
Yeah.
How many points did I have?
And now for something.
Please tell me you know.
How many points did it?
Oh, right now, if we were ending right now, it would be Miguel in first place with 800, Connor in second place with negative 200, and Cody in third place with negative 2,000.
Yes. Beat that, gents.
All right, so we're done with that now.
Unknown name of Reaper? What the fuck?
Stupid.
Would you like to sip?
And
in my
apparently engineers. No, thank you.
Engineers and architects aren't scientists with
Yeah.
us.
beer? Would you like a sip now?
Wasn't very fond of it.
But doctors are scientists.
Okay.
yeah, right.
Doctors and cryogenists. Well, I guess the cryogenist, you could never
She's definitely
argue-
a scientist,
You can
'cause
never
she's-
argue that wasn't a
She's
scientist.
in Antarctica studying like the climate and shit.
Yeah.
So she's definitely like a field scientist.
Yeah.
So, I said we wouldn't talk about gaming, but I feel like we should.
Oh, nobody was on board with that.
Yeah, that was just you.
Oh, okay. So I will say, Cody, you know,
Yes.
I just had a knack at picking games for you that I never played.
Uh-huh.
Like that, like
Oh yeah, like he picked up, like he would be like, "Hey, play this,"
Oh yeah.
and then you'd be like, "It was amazing," and then you're like, and then you would try to talk to him about it, and he'd be like, "I never played it. I just."
just told you to play it.
like that's how I got you to do Metro.
Yeah, that's true. You just like, oh yeah,
I'm like, you'll really like
a great
this.
game.
You still haven't to this day played Metro, huh?
That's funny.
I played a little
You've
bit
got
of
it.
it.
It's,
Oh, okay.
I've played it through at least 3 times.
Yeah, no, it's like I played it and I'm just like, no, or I heard of it. And I'm like, no, Cody will really like this.
I did. I fucking loved that game. That's so great.
and then
Metro Last Light.
I know I will love it, and I still haven't played it.
It's so
Just 'cause
good.
there's so
Like
many
hands
games.
down. Download it from. We've done family sharing at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Download it. Play it because I'm almost never on Steam.
You're criminals.
You'll love it. You
And I-
will love
yeah,
Last
and I have
Light.
the fucking graphics power to pull it up to the max.
It's oh my god, so good. Last Light. I could go on for a fortnight with Last Light.
Speaking of
But
Fortnite,
not about Fortnite.
No. In the other game I remember doing that to you was The Wolf Among Us, though I did
Yes.
play that one.
My brother had like sort of talked about the company that did that, the Telltale and stuff like that. But you were the one that definitely recommended Wolf Among Us to me. So
And the second season was finally announced.
what?
God damn, that
About
took for
goddamn
fucking
time.
ever.
Yeah,
Took
it's
fucking 500 years.
Holy shit.
After leaving on a giant
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger, like one of the biggest ones of any game I've played.
I feel like
Oh,
it was
man,
it was
the bi-
solid.
The biggest fuck you.
It was a solid enough ending.
I mean, it was fine. It was just like obvious that there was going to be another one because there had to be, and you were just like,
I thought it was going to be continued in the comics originally, so I started reading
Yeah.
those, and no.
I remember when the ending happened and she just says that line at the end, "You're not as bad as everyone thinks," or whatever it
yeah,
was.
it was like something like that.
I just remember like I literally my jaw dropped and I was like and then it ended. I'm just like no.
yeah, like literally, like when she like right at the end, after everything that I did for her, after everything that I did for everyone, she says this horse shit line, and I was like, "Thank you very much for that."
Never mind.
I saved like everyone as best, like I played the game as best as I could. I like tried to be nice to most people, except for like some people where I was just like, it gave me the option. It was like punch them in the face, and I was like, yeah, and then you just fucking slam them in the face.
I did that same thing in Mass Effect. I played Super Paragon Shepard. I punched that fucking news reporter in the mouth
Oh
every
yeah,
time.
every single game you punch that news reporter in every game,
And then in the third one, she ducks,
and then you just go for another one, like a sucker punch.
fucking hook her in the kidney and knock her out.
Because fuck that reporter.
Yeah.
There was also a time in Mass Effect when it was, sorry to drive off into Mass Effect for a second. There's another one where there was like this kid who was like this like ratty sort of weird kid you were trying to get information out of. And it was just like, get information. And like, it was like the renegade side. And I was like, that sounds easy enough. And I fucking kicked the kid in the stomach. And I was like, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. And it didn't tell me any of that shit.
That's something I'm not into about those kinds of games.
Well, when you don't,
Yeah.
Multi-select thing, like yeah, like
you don't know. What
Sometimes
it's
you
gonna be.
really don't know what your character's gonna say.
See, that's what
and
I
you're
loved
like,
about,
whoa, that's not what I
I
wanted.
really wish they would preview.
Well, that's what I liked about the Fallout games before 4. Is in Fallout, 3 in New Vegas, it showed you the whole fucking sentence.
It was
The
exactly what you were
entire
gonna say.
sentence
And it
is
was like,
exactly what you
bam.
wanted.
And then in Fallout 4, they got rid of that, and that's why a lot of people complained. They're like, "What the fuck did that?"
I don't know what I'm
mean?"
gonna say.
They're like, they was all like, say, like a, what was it, sarcastic, and then you'd say something, and you were like an asshole. And you're like, I didn't want to be that kind of sarcastic.
I didn't want to be a dickhead
And
because,
then-
like, you could tell when you read it, like in Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, you could tell as soon as you saw the sentence, you're like, yeah, that's the kind of guy I want to be.
Yeah, because he was like, "Fuck you," da, 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 and it's like, oh, okay.
Or it was just like, oh, I bet I'll really enjoy doing that, and like say that sort of like you can imagine that tone,
Yeah.
with that person, and then they're just like, fuck you, man. They walk away, and you're like, instead of like getting in an actual fist fight with someone.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's just there's like a big difference between like some of the things you'll say. Where then there's the same thing with Wolf Among Us was like you a lot of times didn't know what your character,
How
especially
Bigby would say.
Bigby was like extremely like
He was
like,
violent.
He was violent.
very
He wanted to be.
non-approachable.
You could see it in his face that he wanted to be violent.
It was tonal. Like, yeah, it would be like, it's words that when you read them, it's like, oh, he's gonna try and talk this guy down.
Oh yeah,
But then when you play it, he sounds sarcastic and
yeah,
fucking-
and then you're just like, no, man, I'm trying to like help this guy out, and you're just like, oh yeah,
Dick
you
about
totally will jump off of that roof.
I will totally say that Bigby, like when he actually finally goes full wolf, it's the most badass thing.
Oh, it's the most badass fucking
or
shit
even like
in the
even
world.
before, like when his eyes just go yellow and he's only
Yeah,
like
he's just like,
halfway
"Whoa."
wolf.
he doesn't even go full wolf in that game.
He's just-
Actually,
He does. He does.
He
in
does
the-
at one point.
no,
Well, because he's reading the he's reading the comic book, so
Unless that's not full wolf,
That's
because
not
he's
full
like
wolf.
complete wolf.
Yeah,
he's
because I
a
was
complete
looking at it as
wolf.
like complete animal. Like
I know.
that's not full
goes
wolf.
even
too.
further.
Oh man,
that's what's in part 2.
that's
when it
brutal.
finally
Oh,
comes
so
out.
That's brutal
the
shit.
fucking the original. So to give people perspective, the first episode of The Wolf Among Us came out in 2013,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the next one's coming out in the summer of this year. Hold on, I'm just gonna play a clip real quick, just because.
What?
just
Oh,
because
audio.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
that fucking line. Ugh.
And Big B's just looking
bitch.
down. He doesn't realize it, and then she's walking away, and you go, "Oh my god!"
I want to, since we're like on the subject of just weird things that game characters have said when you choose the multi options and stuff. One of my favorites was in Dragon Age Inquisition, and you're like, there's some people that are like trying to find your group of people and like do shit to them, and you're trying to stay kind of incognito. And there's options where you can like present
Sounds like
yourself.
Last of Us.
Yeah, it was like you could actually say who you were and like talk to this person. And one of the options was say little.
He just said
And so when I press say little, the character goes, yeah.
I remember this.
And that was it.
I remember this.
It was like, that's not saying little, that's saying nothing. That is just making a sound. And it was really funny because the character went, yeah. And then like the person at the campfire just looked at her like, okay then. And then like the other person in your party was all like, yeah, there's something wrong with it. And like took over. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like now these people just think I'm a total dumbass, like unable to speak.
Just like some person who like has some sort of damage to their brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you have like some sort of, constant arousal syndrome. Or, yeah. Just in your pants. That's just ridiculous. That's saying little to me, I would imagine, is like, yeah, I went to
walking
this
through.
one place and we're just like, doing stuff.
Yeah, or just been like, yeah, we're headed up north.
That's it. Not, yeah.
It was the weirdest shit for a game that has full, like, really well done voice acting
I've
too.
heard that.
Like the game is really like well done and like it has a lot of depth to it. But then for that, I was like, what the? This is like 30 to 40 hours into the game.
Oh god, it just like that. They were like, I feel like at that time that they were like that far into the game is like
We could fuck
hundreds
around.
of hours for them. They've been like developing this game. They were like, what should we make them say? And the guy looked at his friend and he was just, yeah. And he was like,
Perfect.
how do you spell that?
Yeah, I think it just said unintelligible noises on the fucking subtitles because I always play with subs on those things.
Did I do it right?
We're just making goat sounds now.
Yeah.
Fucking
So we could one thing we could maybe do is there's a
Have sex.
few really big games coming out this week.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh yeah.
all right,
Man,
so there's
we
like
got
a
that
list
fucking
of
show tomorrow.
there's a list of 5 that I'm gonna go ahead and read off. On January 23rd, Lost Sphere
So 2 days ago.
came out.
Yeah.
It's from the same company that made I Am Setsuna, which was a
heard of it.
huge hit.
Bro, what the fuck?
That has sound?
You have an ad playing.
Oh. I was about to say, like, I thought you looked up the trailer and I'm like, what?
No.
My bad, guys.
Oh, it's spelled Sphere.
Yeah, Sphere.
That's rated 3 stars
That's
already.
weird.
So that one came out. Another big one that came out on the 23rd was The Impatient.
Is that big? I haven't heard of either of these.
I mean, that
I haven't
one
heard of them either.
That one was it's the prequel to Until Dawn, which is a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
What the fuck?
Haven't heard shit about that.
They
Heard about
revealed
it.
it at E3.
Yeah, and this is by fucking Square Enix and shit.
Actually, I think I have heard
Lost
of
There's been
Sphere?
a lot of
I thought that title was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Lost Sphere.
there's been a lot of like games that I've seen that have come out by
Oh.
Square Enix and stuff like that. I've never like really seen
I
until
ain't seen shit about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of this. I
Which,
didn't
which
give a
one?
shit.
The
I-
Impatient?
Lost Sphere.
Lost Sphere.
Oh.
I haven't seen it.
It doesn't seem
at
like
all.
your type of thing. Miguel.
Yeah, no.
Seems like something I would play.
Definitely.
Same. I tried getting Switch codes for it.
Oh.
Definitely, this is something that Connor would play. This,
Yeah.
this is right up your alley.
This looks like an old school RPG. Kind of has like
Most
that,
definitely.
It looks like a modern take on something like Chrono Trigger and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does have
Big
RPG
time.
combat.
I love the like
Does it
it's
ha- it
so
has
smooth. It
turn-based,
looks
right?
like it's like in like 9 or like 60 FPS, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. How to
Oh, on PC, it like
Easily.
I'd more than.
It looks like, is it turn based? Like sort of.
the
yeah.
graphics are super charming
it doesn't
on
look
Lost
It's
Sphere.
not. It's
Yeah,
It's
I like how it zooms out. Like it really looks old school with modern graphics.
most definitely. Yeah.
Where how it had the zoomed out overworld where they're walking around, and
Or maybe it is turn based.
I think it is.
It's
it is.
turn based. It's definitely turn
Might even
based.
be hex based where they had the hexagon around the
Yeah,
guy.
that's what threw me off. That's why I didn't think it was turn based because he was like surrounded. I was like, oh no, I think this is just like
Well, it could be like
No, it's turn
oh
based.
god, what is it? Secret of
Fire.
Mana, the way that one
Oh
does
yeah,
combat.
Secret Mana was cool.
I thought it was gonna be like a Final Fantasy 12.
We should play through Secret of Mana because it came on the Super Nintendo Classics.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So that one's coming out, and then you can go ahead and I would say you look up a trailer for The Impatient, but if you've played Until Dawn, imagine Until Dawn, a prequel to it that's in VR.
I never give a shit.
Until Dawn's cool. Like it's a good game. It's if
I don't,
you if
I don't
you,
like horror movies.
that's fair. It
And that's what it looks like. It looks like a horror movie game.
it has
Pretty
two
much.
pretty like you'll see them. I don't know if you'll know their names by like just like the actors just by name, but it has the guy who's currently in
Oh, it's Inpatient, not Im.
Yeah, it's Inpatient. That's what
Inpatient.
What the shit? What's with these weird titles?
I don't know.
Yeah, first we had Sphere spelled with H.
No weird ass spelling.
Now we have Inpatient.
What's
instead
that
of
that
im.
that show, Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
Yeah, about it.
That guy, main guy from that, he's in
The
Until
Inpatient.
Dawn.
Oh.
He's
Main
one of the
guy.
main
Who's
characters.
the main guy in Mr. Robot?
Give me a second to look it up. His name. He was also in. The only other thing I personally know him from, his name is Rami Malek. The only other thing
Oh.
I know him from is fucking two things. I know him from Twilight, which is strange, and I know him from Night at the Museum.
Especially because in Twilight, isn't it a fucking minor role?
Yeah. Anyway, so that's coming out. That one, that one's like if you like that style of game, you will like that.
Not
It's-
coming out. Inpatient's out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh yeah, he originally said also came out on the 23rd.
Yeah. This one's probably the smallest release on the list, though we are getting a code for this one. It's called Iconoclasts. ICONOCLASTS. This is being
Class.
released on PS4, Vita, and PC. Iconoclasts is a action platformer 7 years in the making, and you'll get to take control of a protagonist, Robin. Basically, it's just a puzzle platformer. It looks charming.
Yeah, it's got that like 32-bit look to it.
Yeah,
This kind of reminds me of Scribble Knots from just like the artwork.
Oh yeah.
Does have a Scribble Knots look to it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
the gameplay looks super smooth, and
Super smooth. Every game looks super smooth.
Super
and 60
smooth.
FPS.
I'm trying to think. The actual graphics kind of remind me of something that would be on like this. When it goes into the cutscenes, if you can see them, it reminds me of like C64.
People care so much about frames nowadays. There's no such thing as a not smooth game unless it's a early access game.
That's true. Even though PUBG's still not smooth.
All right, and then
Tell me about
It
it.
can be.
Then there's two really big games being released tomorrow. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is being
Fighters.
released.
Just fighters.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Fighters,
That's
yeah.
how. Yeah.
That's so weird.
When it first was announced, they didn't say the title, so everyone was like, "What the fuck? How do you say it?" And like 2 days later or something, they're like, "Oh, it's fighters."
So obviously that's just it's a fighting game. Everyone knows what that is. And then Monster Hunter World is
Hell
also
yeah.
releasing
Two
tomorrow.
huge games. Yeah. I'm really I really want to play Fighters. The beta was not fucking working on Xbox One. The servers were just fucked up. Like you try to play, you queue up, and then you're in queue for 10 fucking minutes and nothing happens. And then they like acknowledge the problem. They're like, oh, we'll probably extend it, and they didn't do it. So
Man, it's too bad you don't have a PS4 anymore. Gilbert and I are going to be playing Fighters on PS4.
Oh yeah. They said that like there's actually a high possibility of them putting it
PS4.
on Switch though,
Oh, cool.
because when they originally did it, they the development was already in play before the Switch was even a thing. And then they also didn't have a whole lot of confidence.
Before everyone that wasn't associated with Nintendo knew it was a thing. That is.
Yeah, exactly. And then they also they were like, oh, we don't know how games are going to be on the Switch. We don't know how the Switch is going to sell. And then the Switch sold fucking gangbusters, and then they sold Xenoverse 2 on there, and that's been selling well. And they're like, okay, we'll do it at some point.
I'm surprised the Switch's presence wasn't like known way sooner
To developers, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you would think it would leak somehow. Like somebody would have.
Yeah, they really kept that under wraps. It was like you only there were some things where it's like, oh, there's like some new Nintendo shit coming out. They were like, oh, they just filed some things for this, and then they were like, oh,
Because it's not
There
really
it is.
that new of technology. Actually, it's just
yeah,
really well done.
Just refining,
Right, yeah, because
refining the technology. they already
everything that's
had.
in it was out on the market the year in 2014, so the
Yeah.
year after the Xbox One and PS4.
So there's that, and then obviously Monster Hunter Worlds, which
Mm-hmm.
a ton of people are excited for, and I'm like, meh.
I'm
Oh yeah.
I'm really skeptical right now about fighters because of what my brother was telling me. He was saying that it was like really easy, like it was one of those games that you could literally just like mash and do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
So-
didn't. Oh, go ahead.
And it's like, and I was like, that's really surprising to me because it's the same people who made Blaze Blue, and Blaze Blue's not like that at all. Like if you mash, you're literally just gonna get your face stomped in.
By the way, I've never called it Blaze Blue.
You said Blaz, and that's wrong.
I've always said Blaz. And I like even if I know it's wrong, I'm still gonna say it like that.
I mean, they say it so much, and like Blaze Blue, like
Blaze
they
Blue.
have a different announcer every time. and-
I mean, I don't really care, but like it's like when there's Happy Console Gamer on YouTube. He's Canadian, right? And he knows it's pronounced Mario, but he pronounces it Mario.
And
New
just like-
Yorkers say Mario.
And just like everyone who says GIF.
You mean GIF?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always say it's GIF.
GIF.
It's GIF.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not a linguist; it's GIF.
It's not a word.
It's GIF.
Yeah. Do you buy a gift for someone?
Do you go scuba diving?
How did you like the hit film?
Scuba is self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. If
How
you're
did-
going to argue that the graphical interchange format is because it's a hard G, it's
Fine.
graphical.
How did you like the hit film Guardians of the Galaxy?
You just wanted to make that joke.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
But if you're going
It's
to
my
make that
favorite.
point, it's invalid. Scuba is the same way.
No, because you're talking about saying a consonant versus a vowel.
So?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is actually.
Use,
hold on, I
use
thought
can
I thought we were all.
Use can actually be pronounced as
That's
oo
funny.
or
Yes, and G can be pronounced J or G.
No, because it's interacting with the I.
You ever gone to the... Wait, what? You ever gone to the zoo and seen a giraffe then?
The I is immediately following it.
Yes,
though.
GIF. Giraffe. Giraffe. Same
Well,
fucking
okay.
rules.
Yeah, but that's the A modifying the first vowel.
There's more letters involving.
It's
in
when
a
you have more like
situation.
vowels do that. Like that's also with scuba.
Tirade?
The A is modifying the U.
Like if there
The
was
A doesn't modify
if
the
there was
I
an
in tirade.
E, if there was an E after
There's an E at the end.
if there was an E at the end, I'd pronounce it jife.
I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't it stand
But-
for graphics?
Interface graphical
Interchange format, but that's
interchange
invalid.
I mean,
That's not an
maybe
argument.
when I get home,
I mean,
I'll go
not
play with
really.
my
I-
Jolden Retriever.
Yeah. Golden Retriever.
That's my favorite kind
I wish
of dog.
you would have like added G's to that.
I mean, you could play with a
Golden
German
Retriever.
Shepherd. You could play with a German
Play with my-
Shepherd.
I'll, I'll get my pet Joldfish, and then play with my pet Ginny Pig.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, there are some words that
'Cause English
require
is
the
stupid.
j because I mean, you can say that you read a book about lead, but you could also say I read a book about lead, and it's pronounced.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
English.
English.
You read
English.
a book about lead? Yeah, it's my profession. I get paid to do that.
Yeah, I get paid to do that shit. But I mean, it's just that it obviously makes no sense. But
English sucks.
So-
red rhymes
Exactly.
with lead, but read doesn't rhyme with lead, but it's spelled. It's the same shit.
I agree.
It's ridiculous.
That's
So-
why I say fuck grammatical rules for it. The creator says it's GIF. I say it GIF.
Fuck that.
Just doesn't sound as good to me.
I still think it's GIF.
I do too.
I'm not putting peanut butter on my screen.
That's spelled with a J.
Oh yeah.
Said the same
So
way.
obviously,
That's
the,
where we got
the
to.
big game that's releasing tomorrow. Just like, and I say that sarcastically. I love this game just because of the name of it. It's called Tesla versus Lovecraft.
All right.
So it's a top-down twin-stick shooter that you're playing as Nikolai Tesla, and you have
You are Nikolai Tesla.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't
And
think there's an I in his name.
Huh?
I don't think there's an
Yeah, there
I
is.
at the end of his name. Isn't it just Nicola?
AI.
What are you talking about?
It's an AI.
Nicola, not Nikolai.
It's
no,
Nikolai.
it's Nicola. So you're right.
I thought it was Nikolai. Or was it
Anyway.
Nikolai? Anyways,
And you're,
I think
and
it's
you're, and
could be.
you're just,
It doesn't matter.
You're shooting HP Lovecraftian creatures as Tesla, and I just love the idea of it because it's so absurd.
Really like
That's yeah.
what's
That's
the
quite
word?
funny.
Celebrity.
Brain crash. You talking about the is it Celebrity Showdown?
No, but they're Tesla and Lovecraft are like idolized.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm talking about the show that you were watching. Like you're talking about that claymation.
Oh, I
one,
know
right?
what
The
you're, I know
wrestling?
what you're talking about.
No,
No,
that's not what I was talking about at all. I was saying I was saying celebrity like authors,
Yeah.
but Tesla's not an author.
like
I couldn't-
it's really cool. Like to a twin stick shooter where you're playing as Tesla. Like if they do it right, you're gonna have so many cool gadgets and gears. Even though like it wouldn't be realistic at all, but like having shit like a rail gun that's all electricity.
it's Lovecraft. It's never gonna be realistic.
Oh, that's fair. Like it just looks really cool, and the graphics are like super bright.
Yeah, it looks flashy as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Steam page for it.
It definitely it's funny. It's twin stick shooters always end up having this like funny thing going on, like where they could just take it and throw it in the weirdest areas. Like even back in the days of like Fight TV, where it's just like this is a show on TV where people just murder each other because everyone's bored after the year 1999.
yeah. And
Well, half of that happened.
you know, I feel like that is like one side of Steam where like, oh no, that game looks cool, it could do well. And then there's the other side of Steam where games like Ultimate Spider Hero are coming out tomorrow.
What about the other side of Steam where Necopara
Oh
exists?
Jesus! All right, hold on. I'm pretty sure I could find a game that's coming. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, right there with Doki Doki.
Right there. My Life as a Maiden is coming out tomorrow,
Oh wow!
That sounds great.
and that's made by Rhino Gears.
Yeah, there it is.
And
Oh boy!
Yeah,
we got
s-
ladies on top of each other here.
Lovely.
so that's also coming out tomorrow. So I mean, why get Monster Hunter when you could get My Life as a Maiden?
Probably because the art's not very good.
Yeah. Why get any
It's
of
okay.
these games?
On this, no.
Why get any of these games if you could save your money simply for My Life as a Maiden?
True.
Yeah, the art's not too great on this. The art is actually really good in Necopara.
Connor, shut the fuck up. Just enjoy it.
Go for it, Cody. This is your destiny right here.
Obviously,
This is why we had him
I
on.
can only see titties on my computer, anyways.
Exactly. Wait, what?
What?
What does that mean?
I mean,
Do you have like some tits screen burnt into your laptop?
no. I can only see them on my computer.
Oh.
Meaning, in real life, I don't have any available to me.
Titty, yeah.
No available boobies.
In other words,
That's not
you should feel sorry for
I was
me.
gonna say this isn't funny anymore. I don't want to.
Yeah.
you dick.
You know,
Fucking
when you say
asshole.
screen burned like that, it makes me think of the Star Wars arcade machines.
Oh,
Every
yeah,
time
'cause
you
they-
see them, every time the Star Wars logo is fucking burned in them.
Yeah.
Like I've
about that.
never
Truly.
played one of those machines where I couldn't see Star Wars the entire fucking time.
Someone's surely got like a super preserved one that's like
George
priceless.
It never turned on.
George Lucas has one.
No, his is definitely fucking burnt to shit.
You think so?
That's probably where he goes to jerk off.
Okay, well, I'll send him an email. We'll try to get him on the show.
There you go. That would be impressive.
You know, I'll send an email to John Williams too while we're at it. Let's just, you know.
here's-
Oh, John Williams is a
here's a-
motherfucking
Wait a
master
second.
of his craft.
Here's a game that came out today. It's called Endless Space 2. It's
Vaulters?
Nice. It was so good. It needed the first one was so good. It needed a sequel.
yeah.
Oh,
Vaulter.
it's an expansion for Endless Space 2 is what that is.
Yeah, and okay, that's what that is. And it's I've never seen this before. I saw like people that looked like knights, but with future.
Looks cool visually.
Sounds like sort of one of those like
You know, John Williams.
weird
I
punk
completely
sort of genre.
agree with you that he's one of the best composers of all
Yeah.
time. But he created, like, because of him, this
If
has
there's
been
a
created.
Viking punk genre.
And
What's that?
shit, it's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my fucking
What's happening?
God, fucking dinosaurs. Holy shit, what the fuck?
So we've got about a minute and a half left because new studio rules is that we end at the 55.
Oh yeah, no. So it says we got 25 seconds on this end.
Oh wow.
Oh really? The clock says that?
Yep.
Left over? Oh. Well then, that's the kind of gaming show, everybody. We played Jeopardy. I won.
Yeah, big time.
I won Overwatch, Jeffrey.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Love you all.
Peace.